everybody. I've had a busy day so far. How are we doing? Yeah, I got this Hild wallpaper, and because we have Arabella, her dry skincare is a crazy name for it. Her level 10 is pretty peak, I think. I mean, did you see that? I saw that. Did you see that? And now you can randomize it. So you can randomize it between 3 of them, which is super cool. Look at that. I'm so getting demonetized. I'm so getting demonetized. Freaky. So freaky. I'm here for it. That sounds weird for me, but I don't find her attractive. Well, that's fine. Some of us are just wrong sometimes, so it's okay. We all make mistakes sometimes. Almost fallen over on the other side of my room. But yeah, took some cosplay pictures just now. That's why I'm very late to stream, is because I was trying to take those before I left, because in reality I won't get to take those while I'm there, so... I took some. I'll probably post one of them tomorrow. No, I'm rationing them out. I'm rationing them out. Because realistically, the only way over the next couple months to years or whatever that I cosplay is if someone gifts it to me through Throne. Because I am broke and don't have a source of income. Alright, let's go to research facility. I keep forgetting to buy these weekly, but... yeah. There we go. But yeah, we have got a Beach Cafe game, and then we've got Shattered Light and Claw, the second part of it, released, so we can do that as well. So there are those 2 things. There's also this Stella Market, so I wanted to check that out. Got these 5 poles. I don't know Arabella's build. I do not. No, I'm gonna do all these, like, miscellaneous things later. No, yeah, I'm leaving at 5:30. 5:30 tomorrow. It's a long drive. Oh. Okay, so chat, apparently... Oh, first, though, we can do the synchronization. What? I unregistered her. What? I swear I unregistered her. I guess it didn't go through. Oh, that is so sad. That is so sad. We're not really gonna be. Where'd she go? Okay. She also has a skin, which is really cute. No? Oh, does it only show the ones you have? Okay. So apparently this partner is decent. But turns out her signature partner is very good. So we'll do a few polls because if not, it's just building pity for when we eventually get her. Cheers. So no. I think this one do. There's a common epiphany. Oh yeah, we do have these. I was saving this for on stream. Is that not it? I didn't see the thing. Oh, I didn't see the thing. Oh, I need to plug my phone in. Okay. Oh, I skipped. It's fine. Is it Diana again? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. I have her at E2 now. Or whatever it is. That's funny. That's funny. No, I'm fine with that. Wasn't expecting it. I'm fine with it. But yeah, we can do the rest of this on standard. On the standard. If you're actually trying to farm desperately for pole sleep, you just do the exploration. Exploration gives a bunch. Well, that's kind of sad. I think we could get 3 more from the supply store. Yep. Beautiful, but I don't want it. Okay, then you clearly don't want them that badly. Oh, wait, that had the glitch. Is that glitch it? Yes. Okay, nice. Yatta. Okay. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! We got another copy of her. Yatta! Awesome. That's awesome. That was what I wanted from that. I want to pull for her ego prism modules. Yes. Because I do really like her. Oh, I didn't see the glitch. Nice! We'll just use the rest of these. Nice! Yatta! Okay. So now that we have those... Card motion restoration? I think we gotta do Plasma Rain. Oh, I like how it previews it now. Vortex Arrow. Yeah. Let's do Vortex Arrow and Plasma Rain. I actually have a pretty cracked build for her. Oh my gosh. That side of you is interesting too. I found another reason to observe you. If her story's good, I'm gonna die. Yeah, apparently she's not super good. No, I don't know her best teams. Yeah, let's go. Let's start it. Leader the Black Speaker. Welcome aboard Black Speaker, ARC, the SS Deneb. I'm Licinia, Vice Commander of the Black Speaker. I'll see to your every need, honored guests. Licinia greets us with a graceful and poised bow. Then she does a half-turn in place and presents the lavish lobby of the SS Deneb behind her. I know we recovered those valuables from the chaos for them, but I can't believe the commander of the Black Speaker would invite us aboard their ARC personally. It's also strange how they had information about Anise from the start. Let's proceed with caution, Captain. It's super creepy and quite extravagant at the same time. All this marble, these jewels and stained glass, a chandelier even. I despise these greatly overpriced trinkets that would shatter from a single bomb blast. Power comes from things that are delicate and precious, you know. Our pockets hold nothing of value. That's why we're powerless. What do you mean we're powerless? When it comes to firepower, we're on top. You're still young, Uni. True power comes from things you can't see. The Turicion have their culture, while the Peltion have their technology. As for the Empire... Overwhelming control. As we follow Licinia, I notice Hild staring at me, so I turn to meet her gaze. Me? Delicate and precious, yet a being that possesses greater power than anything else. That describes the Protoss perfectly, don't you think? You know, I do carry a pistol for self-defense. That just proves my point. Don't worry, I'll stay right by your side. On the other hand, it seems the power the Stella Familia hold is, shall we say, unique? Their innate abilities, appearance, personality, and instincts, those things define... Whoa. Those things define their species. There's even a legend about how they've been blessed by the stars or something. But seeing as how the Black Speaker will do just about anything if the payoff's good enough, using the term blessed feels a little out of place. And here we are, right in the middle of their base, getting the rare VIP treatment. I, for one, truly hope you get treated like honored guests. The commander's actions are difficult for someone ordinary like me to understand, so I cannot promise that your stay will live up to your expectations. Should you happen to experience anything strange or unsettling, please do not be alarmed. I'm sure the commander means well. Just what kind of things has this commander been doing to make her say something like that? I'm not sure, but compared to her, it seems like sitting through Hild's 100-hour non-stop lecture on firearms would be much better. No, not with you on that, and I never want to go through that again. Hey, that hurt, guys. Licinia exchanges a few words with a crew member standing guard at the reception. The guard scribbles something into a ledger before returning to their paperwork. We proceed down a wider corridor. Holographic candles, stained glass windows, and chandeliers cast their light through the mist blanketing the lobby, creating a haunting yet fascinating atmosphere. The long, curved staircase and the dizzying height of the domed ceiling are as intricate and meticulous as the web of a giant spider, but at the same time, it feels like a beautiful trap. Feels like we're voluntarily jumping straight into a spider's web. That's like you read my mind. That might sound presumptuous, but I understand how you see things, Captain. So if anything goes sideways, I'll rely on you as much as possible instead of taking the reins myself. It's tiring to have to micromanage every little detail, you know. I look around and spot Black Speaker members bustling about the lobby. Some are transporting the newly retrieved jewels to a secure location, while others lean comfortably against the stair railings, chatting with one another. I guess crew dynamics are pretty much the same everywhere you go. Are you trying to change the subject, Captain? Absolutely not. I refuse to have such dirty water within my line of sight, Yuri. I'm going to purify it immediately. Why the heck do you want to purify water that was used to clean the ship? Everything has its use, so hand it over, Marine. You're just trying to use it for one of your bizarre drone modifications, aren't you? If it's going to be used for something like that, I'd rather turn it into clean water and sprinkle it across planet Pagna. What you say? I'm always cutting you slack, and this is how you speak to me? Are you looking for a fight? Because that's fine by me. Maybe not exactly the same. Yuri and Marine's bickering grows so heated that the railing they're leaning again begins to shake. Looking closer, there are signs of damage that have been patched up multiple times. Yuri, Marine, please stop, you two. We have important guests. Everyone's an important guest to you. Licinia. That's not it. We have a really important guest today. If the two of you don't make up this instant, I'll assign you to the same squad next time, understood? Yuri? Sorry. Wait, you freaking started this, you lunatic! What? That's it. I'm done holding back now. In an instant, Yuri and Marine became a tangled, rolling ball of limbs. The stained glass and chandeliers cast a vibrant glow over the cloud of dust they kick up. Hi, Peaches. Let's keep moving. The commander's room is just down this way. Licinia turns away from Yuri and Marine and walks ahead. It seems there's a weight on her shoulders that wasn't there before. A profound silence hangs over our group as we make our way to the commander's room. Black panther's den. Excuse us, Commander. May we enter? Licinia knocks on the door and waits for a response. A faint voice answers from the other side. It's barely audible, but Licinia seems to understand perfectly and carefully opens the door. Commander, we've brought our honored guests. Well done, Licinia. Something to drink for our guests, please. I'm sad I lost my 50-50 when I was pulling for Qing Chao. Oh, good news is I have a guarantee for Jing Ren. That's sad. Arabella sits in her chair, chin resting on her hand and legs crossed. I feel called out. Her head is tilted slightly, and the smile that calmly pulls at her lips exudes confidence and dignity. Understood. Please let me know if there's anything you would like to drink. We have distilled spirits made from invader essence, black tea brewed from planet Lino tea leaves, and fruit beverages made with Peltion special automatic juicer, among other selections. We appreciate the gesture, but we'll have to decline. Oh, really? You should at least try our honey cocktail. It's not something we serve to people who simply visit us as clients. It's made by mixing Black Speaker's very own signature spices in some invader honey. You can only try it when Licinia is around. I remember hearing that aboard Trion. It's quite famous for being laced with poison that leaves anyone who drinks it unconscious. The poison can be controlled. I produce it from my own body after all. That's a translation issue. For a tasting cocktail intended to welcome honored guests, I only infuse a microscopic amount of bodily... Wait, it was not a translation. It's not what you think. Whatever Renault imagined just now makes her shoot Licinia a look of contempt. Please understand that our refusal isn't because we suspect foul play. It's simply that things are urgent for us right now. Arabella shifts her crossed legs in a slow and smooth manner. She tilts her head to the opposite side and leans forward, her hand naturally coming to rest over her chest. Anise is the culprit behind the serial murders of Protoss members. We must track her down quickly. We can exchange pleasantries later. Right now, we need your full cooperation in apprehending this criminal. Apprehend, cooperate, appreciate. How distasteful. Excuse me? Hiding behind bureaucratic jargon does nothing to hide what you actually want. Why not just speak frankly, like you did when we first met? I've never cared much for people hiding behind empty facades. Well, if you put it that way. Fine, suits me perfectly. I feel the same. Renoa sits in one of the guest chairs, crossing her arms. She crosses her legs too, but unlike Arabella, Renoa bristles like a thorny vine. I'll get straight to the point. The Empire's throwing everything it has into catching the culprit behind the Protoss serial murders. We've requested the SS Iron Rain reinforcements to sweep the vicinity of the annihilated Small Chaos, and joint investigation requests have been sent to the Imperial Investigations Bureau and Executive Department. Backup is on its way. Everyone is doing their best to capture Anise. So if you would really like to repay us, drop the formalities and give us any information you have regarding Anise. Whoa, Renault's incredibly charismatic. She is the vice captain of the SS Nightmare, after all. Her negotiating skills are second to none. The problem is that she's up against the Black Speaker's commander. If you insist that strongly, I'll be happy to help. Licinia. Arabella merely calls for her, and Licinia pulls a book off the shelf and hands it to Renoa as if she'd been waiting for the cue all along. And this is? It contains all of Anise's database across access entries until she boarded the SS Blue Falcon. It includes every Shara Empire and Iron Rain file she's viewed. What? Hold on, that's even possible? Hild suddenly exclaims and snatches the book away. As she turns through it, holographic displays of different information appear from each page. Specifications of the SS Blue Falcon, Protoss status by unit, mobilization procedures for Protoss-related incidents. I can't believe this. This is actual Iron Rain data. There are even old documents dating back to immediately after Iron Rain was established. Even the intelligence unit couldn't compile a file a specific Protoss has ever accessed. How in the world? Renoa uncrosses her arms and looks at Hild. Her surprise is plain to see why Arabella calmly examines her fingernails. If the data handled by the Empire is fully preserved here as well, we're looking at a breach of military secrets of both factions. How could you possibly do something like this without a second thought? I thought you told me to drop the formalities and give you the intel. If you prefer to follow procedure, I can certainly file a release request first. I'll send Yuri and Marian. You pass them on your way in. I'd estimate it would take at least a month, but who knows? If they hear it's a black speaker request, it might even get rejected. Take it or leave it. I'll let you decide. Simple as that. We don't need it. Oh? We can figure out Anise is with the information we have. Renoa, don't be hard-headed. She's most likely headed to Chaos and Planet Pagna, the kaleidoscopic hatchery. We obtained the analysis on the Chaos from the emergency escape capsule, the SS Blue Falcon. On top of that, we have an Iron Rain agent who carried out multiple missions on Planet Pagna with us. If you have no other information, we will end our pleasantries here and take our leave. Why so hasty? Arabella leans forward, causing shadows to form along her forehead, the bridge of her nose, and within the contours beneath her collarbone. Wouldn't you like to know what Anise is actually after? What she's actually after? Arabella slides open a side drawer on her desk and pulls out a jewelry box. As she slides the finely decorated box toward us, her smile never wavers. She then opens the box, and a brilliant radiance fills the commander's room. It's a light that no one, save for the Turisian Special Investigations Department and a select handful of others, has seen. At least, that's how it should have been. What is this? Promonium? Exactly the reaction I was hoping for. This is a replica of the jewel Anise had. I'd never seen anything like it, so I had a copy made of it right away. I wanted to analyze its composition as well, but it seemed our equipment had its limits. However, understanding the true nature of an object requires more than analytical equipment. Eyes that can see the whole of the universe, insight that pierce straight through the human heart, a mind that knows how to measure value. With those alone, you can win any game. I'll hand over the collected data from earlier, and I'll also tell you what Anise intends to do with the original jewel this replica was modeled after. But I have one condition. A condition? Yes, a very simple, clear-cut condition. I would like to speak with you alone. Someone get the electrolytes, I'm gonna need them after. The agents know little about the Black Speaker. Right around the time when the captain and Renoa start conversing with Arabella, the rest of the SS Nightmare crew are guided back to their ship by Licinia. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience caused by preventing some of your agents from boarding the SS Deneb. The conversation with the honored guest should not take too long, so we ask you remain here. Are you kidding me? Let us in too! Unfortunately, our protocols restrict that. I can assure you that the captain and vice captain's safety will be guaranteed. Also, Licinia lifts up a large basket and holds it out to them. It's filled with chips, cookies, drinks, and other snacks. This is a small token of our hospitality that we've prepared for our honored guests. Please do not hesitate to accept. Licinia gives a polite bow and takes her leave. We got the boot from them. Why are you all just standing there? What if those guys do something? Well, gimme. Oh yeah, I'm taking a bunch of cookies up with me tomorrow. My mom made me a bunch of cookies. I think there's like 15, 20 cookies. That's gonna be nice. I don't want to go, man. There are definitely plenty of questionable things when it comes to Black Speaker, but they don't go around harming people for no reason. Let's just wait and see how things unfold. Everyone turns to look at the large basket Licinia has left behind. Should we just snack on these and take a break? Careful, what if they've poisoned it? They look perfectly fine, store-bought snacks to me. I've tried this one before. It's pretty popular these days. A perfect mix of sweet and salty. There are even some cocoa cookies. Cocoa? I'm not falling for a trick like that. I'll give them a try then. Let's try them together. Owen, Mika, and Tressa open the snacks and try a few. They seem perfectly fine. There are no signs of the packaging being tampered with, and there doesn't seem to be any poison. I'm sure they're all fine. It's not like I could have gotten lucky and only picked the ones with no poison. If that's the case, I'll just have the tiniest of tastes. She really doesn't trust Spica. It's not because I really want this limited cocoa-shaped cookie, so don't get the wrong idea. The agents remove the snacks and juice from the basket and then take a brief snack break. I hope the captain's alright. Renault's there too. I'm sure they'll be fine. These guys may be the Black Spica, but I doubt they could even hurt the captain easily with the vice captain around. Thinking about that does put my mind at ease. It's too early to relax. The Black Spica's notorious for doing just about anything to get what it wants. Did you see the person they called their commander? She's totally reeked of a villain who constantly goes around plotting nefarious traps. You shouldn't judge someone by the way they look. I wish I'll set a trap in my room. Cheers. Anyway, she did give an intimidating vibe, but it doesn't seem like she'd do us harm for no reason. Come to think of it, isn't this the first time any of you have been on the SS Deneb in person? Yeah, it is for me. Me too. Me too, but I can say that now. I've confirmed the rumors for myself. The Black Spica is truly the greatest villain in the galaxy. Rumors? Apparently there are a lot of rumors about the Black Spica, and their reputation isn't exactly great either. I heard they have an entire shadow unit specialized in assassinations. I believe I've heard about that. That was the Black Spica? Rumors also say they do just about anything as long as the price is right. In other words, they're blinded by money. Did you see the commander when we were in the chaos? The way she looked at those jewels? The look on her face was practically shouting, mine, all mine. The amount of jewels piled up there was astronomical. How do you think they accumulated all that wealth? What's there to think about? Illegally, of course. Doesn't it strike you as odd, though? They seem far more courteous than the rumors paint them to be. That's exactly what they mean by wolf in sheep's clothing. This just makes me even more certain. It's not good to jump to conclusions, Ray. They definitely give off a different vibe from the White Altair. Well, those guys operate with complete transparency, after all. It's hard to believe the two of them are both branches of the very same Stella Familia. Even the two commanders are polar opposites when it comes to their reputations, aren't they? The commander of the White Altair is renowned for her great sense of chivalry. I heard she has a great sense of responsibility, too. Meanwhile, the Black Spica's commander is completely shrouded in mystery.
We can't learn much from a brief glance. It's certainly strange how little is known about her, given the scale and fame of their ship, though... Since the captain is likely talking to their commander, I'm sure they'll fill us in when they return. I wonder when the captain will return. I hope nothing happens to them. It's hard to take you seriously when you're stuffing your face full of those cocoa cookies, Ray.
Private meeting in a leash? Don't mind if I do.
I will escort the rest of you to the library. Please, this way.
Licinia gives a light yet courteous bow before leading the way. Following behind, Renoa makes no effort to hide her unease.
Are you sure about this, Captain?
It's not that I don't trust you, but this is the Black Spica commander we're talking about. She gives us everything we need and asks to get you alone. She's definitely up to something.
By that same logic, this Arabella, or whoever she is dealing with the captain of the SS Nightmare. If I were in her shoes, I don't think I'd make any outrageous demands.
True, but still. Don't worry, nothing will happen.
Captain. She said she let the captain go once their chat was over, so for now let's comb through the intel she gave us. Aren't you curious to know what data they have in the SS Deneb's library? They might have firearms manuals from Iron Reigns never seen, or historical records about the Stella Familia Civil War. Sounds more like you're trying to feed your own curiosity. I care just as much as the captain's well-being. But if we can't trust them, we'd have a problem, wouldn't we?
Hild walks over and grabs my shoulder. She gives it an enthusiastic, slightly awkward series of pats while laughing.
Don't worry, nothing's gonna happen. Well, head on ahead. Hang in there, Captain. If anything happens, call for me right away, Captain. I'll be over in a flash. I'll be waiting in the library as well. Then if you'll all excuse me.
Silence fills the hallway that had just been bustling with agents. It's never easy to get used to being left alone in the heart of enemy territory. It's hard to shake the nerves.
Better steel myself. Finish saying your goodbyes?
Arabella leans comfortably against her desk as she greets me. I settle into one of the desk chairs, its plush cushion wrapping around my lower back.
I wish her arms would do that.
What are your subordinates worried about? Your life? Whether the mission succeeds or fails? Or perhaps a threat that they cannot foresee?
Are you trying to clear the air here?
I couldn't care less about that. Truth and lies are merely tools. I'm simply interested in you, and I sent them away because I felt their overprotectiveness was unnecessary.
Arabella perches on the edge of her desk and crosses her legs. Since my chair is slightly lower than her vantage point, she ends up looking down at me. You're interested in me? Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes, I am. There's an infinitely dynamic life force radiating from you. It is a power that is steadfast, resilient, and proud, yet somehow capable of blooming even in the filthiest depths. What is it that drives you to burn with such fierce passion for the sake of another's life? Why expend yourself just to protect others?
I'm not sure what you're trying to say.
I just want to keep you close and observe your every action. That's all.
Arabella stretches out one of her legs and wriggles the tip of her foot. We haven't moved from our respective places, yet somehow it feels as though she's steadily drawing closer. Therefore, I find myself studying her every movement.
That's all? It's important to me.
Arabella's foot comes to rest against the edge of the desk. She slowly traces a fingernail from her toes up to her knee, then brushes it past the corners of her lips. Helplessly, my eyes follow her movements upward and further upward.
The most primal mechanism that keeps any living thing alive is desire. And I've lived having lost far too much.
Arabella folds her arms and draws in a deep breath. Her chest rises high and higher still, almost as if it floats.
I have accumulated knowledge, yet the more things came into focus, the larger the void of what I couldn't understand became. What I lack, a desire for life.
Arabella gently bites her nails before rising from her desk and approaching me. She sits on top of me in the guest chair, and the fluffy cushions wrap around me even more. Hey! Oh, wait, why didn't we get a picture of this? I think you're a little too close.
We always could be closer. Becoming one is nothing more than illusion, but that's what makes it romantic.
Get to the point.
Why aren't we impatient? I already told you. I wish to desire through you.
Arabella reaches out and wraps an arm around the back of my neck. Her long, slender fingers come to rest on my shoulders. She places her index finger on my shoulder where Hild had patted me earlier and presses. Snap. I hear the sound of a small device breaking. Oh, dang, she knew.
What the hell? What's wrong? Nothing at all. Did she find out about the bug? But I didn't even tell Renoa about it. Please tell me something isn't actually happening to him over there. You look like you're more on edge than before. If you need a break, take one. I'll take over analyzing the data. I'm fine. I'll do it. Right. We're talking about the captain of the SS Nightmare. What could go wrong? If it's something the captain can handle, then that'll be the end of it. And if it isn't, there's nothing my eavesdropping could have done to help anyway. Right now I need to focus on what I can do. I should focus on tracking down Anise. Iron Rain still uses outdated listening devices. She must have been quite worried about you to resort to such a desperate measure.
Arabella rises from her seat and walks around to the other side of her desk. The black Spica insignia tattooed on her back peeks through the strands of her hair.
Now that we got rid of the eavesdropper, let's get to the point you were so eager to hear. From here on, I'll be holding your leash. Struggle all you like within my grasp if you wish to survive. After all, the desire to live shines brightest in a world where only the strong survive.
Arabella slides open a drawer, pulls out a photo, and flicks it at me. The photo flies across the desk, fluttering through the air like a butterfly with a broken wing before falling to the floor. My eyes naturally follow it downward, pulling my head down to stare at it. A photograph.
It's a photo of the agents of the SS Nightmare dispatch taken from a distance. There are a couple of rather interesting faces. The sisters Typhera and Tiana, two Imperial officers, a marshal and administrative negotiator. Who wouldn't miss him? Now, why would the SS Nightmare be harboring them?
Ah, she's gone blackmail. Yippee. That's just splendid. Oh, this is Arabella? How did her hair get red?
Commander.
Dark crimson blood pours from Arabella's mouth as she lies collapsed on the floor. The room is thick with the metallic scent of blood and the nauseating stench of poison.
Your sacrifices saved me. Are you in much pain? Not enough to kill me. I'll protect you, no matter what it takes, Commander. We still a familiac according to our nature. In a world ruled by the law of the jungle, the strong survive and the weak are devoured. Remember that one truth and you'll survive until the very end. And I will make sure you stay alive, no matter what. Thank you, Commander Gorgophone. Gorgophone, and then Arabella. So that covers all of Black Speaker's commanders throughout history? That's right. Gorgophone in particular was notorious for atrocities far more horrific and underhanded than anything their predecessors committed. But why are you digging into that while they're looking into Anise? While we're looking into Anise? You never know. Anise and Black... could they be listening on us? Yuri, Marin, please remain on the SS Deneb until the commander gives the order. Veronica, please review the letter from Peregrine. If there's nothing of note, reporting it directly to me will be sufficient. We've got a client? Just a moment, let me contact the front desk. Looks like they're busy over there too. Yes, that's a good thing. Anise and Black Speaker are bound to be connected in some way. Doesn't it bother you as well how Arabella showed up the moment the chaos was annihilated, and she somehow had intel about Anise? I mean, the distinctive white handwriting against the black background, the note Anise left behind in the emergency escape capsule, the Black Speaker's certificates of authenticity for its jewels. They were a perfect match. At this point, it's not just a connection. It wouldn't be surprising at all if Arabella were directly involved. I wonder what's going on in there. Maybe I should secretly contact the captain's terminal. Don't. She'd probably smash that too, just like the bug. Like the bug? Never mind, it's nothing. I want to dig up something on Anise. Where could it be? Hilda opens a book and the saved data pops up in holographic form. She opens several more books, deftly reaching out, tapping and dragging through the data. Figures and diagrams shift at her fingertips, while Renoa rolls the Primonium replica through her hand, lost in thought. The Protoss victims of serial murders were all killed right after being deployed on Chaos missions. The Chaos Cores were annihilated around the same time too. The reason Anise has the Primonium is easy enough to explain. She must have artificially created it by fusing the Protoss with the Chaos Cores. Which leaves only one question. Why did she do such a thing? Why would a Protoss, someone who knew the Empire better than almost anyone, choose to make an enemy of the entire Empire? I wonder why anyone would make an enemy of the entire Empire. A petty sense of justice, hatred. I can't look away from the photo of Typhara and Tiana on the floor. I always knew this moment would come along, but seeing the cliff ahead doesn't mean you'll sprout wings the moment you're pushed. In times like these, one must press forward with resolve. I haven't fallen yet, so I must dig my claws in and hold on. How did you find out? From now on, you will give me data on Arcanon whenever I demand it of you. If I demand the intel your twin sisters see and hear, the Empire's backroom dealings will fill our library shelves. Do you still care to know how I got the intel? If I refuse to play along? If I refuse your demands, you gain nothing. Drop the clumsy little act. I only deal directly with people I like, and most of them know how to read the board. No competent player places their king in the queen's path. Click, clack. The sound of her heels draws near as Arabella's voice creeps closer. Although, there is another move. You could flip the board entirely. The tip of Arabella's shoe steps over the photograph, obscuring it. She gently forces my chin up with her hand and slides her fingers inside my coat. She then pulls out my pistol, presses it into my hand, and aims the barrel straight at her own chest. Pull the trigger, and the king will take down the queen right here. What? This is bizarre. You have things you want to protect. Miss this moment, and a chance like this will never come again. So, what's your move? Arabella pulls the pistol closer to herself, and the barrel digs deeper into her chest. This isn't a move anyone who understands the board would make. Because taking the queen with the king requires too great of a sacrifice. You know your game. Exactly right. You have to offer up the pieces closest to you as a sacrifice. But if it's for survival, there's no reason to hesitate. When standing at the edge of a cliff, wouldn't you cling to life by any means necessary? Arabella's hand wraps around the finger poised over the trigger. If she squeezes now, the bullet will fly straight through her heart. But the king I intend to bring down isn't you. Yes, killing Arabella would solve the immediate threat. However, it would ignite an all-out battle between the SS Nightmare and the SS Deneb agents. Even worse, it could spark conflict between the Empire and the Stella Familia. If Arabella is working with Anise, or with some other outside faction, the leverage she's holding, the whereabouts of Typhera and Tiana, could pass directly into their hands. If we lose everything in a war of attrition while handing the initiative to our enemies, then pulling the trigger now would be a self-defeating move. There are many things I need to learn about the Empire. If that's the case, I'd rather take this head on, just like I always have. Advance without retreating while holding on to the justice I strive for. A capable leader must be as cunning as a fox and as bold as a lion. I like you more and more. Arabella releases her grip and goes back to examining her own nails. I didn't fall off this cliff, but I've got a precarious walk along a tightrope going forward. Like I said, I'd like you to observe you. I plan to get a front row seat and relish every single move you make. Grant me one request, and I will make sure that no one finds out your ship is harboring people from the Empire. Let's hear it. It's a very simple condition. Besides, you'll end up following it anyway. Arabella rose to her current position because the previous commander met an early demise. It hasn't even been 10 years since then. Seems there's a pretty common story with these commanders. Some were ousted through internal conflict, others were assassinated by enemies. Why are you looking at Black Speaker's timeline again? Because I had a sudden flash of intuition. If we're going to figure this out, we have to understand what kind of person Arabella really is. Battlefield tactics only get you so far, but once you know who's giving the orders, that's when you have the chance to make a play. I need some sugar to get my brain working again. Hey, Vice Commander, do you have anything sweet? Something sweet. The commander does tend to carry some candy. The library really isn't meant for eating, so we normally don't keep snacks here. Would you like to try a honey cocktail instead?
I will try a honey cocktail, thank you very much.
One made with poison?
Well, I would never kill any of you. We would never harm our honored guests. We won't kill you. It's completely fine.
Why are you panicking like that?
Now that you mention it, I'm curious how it's made.
I won't have any, but could you show me how you make one?
That won't do. It's dangerous.
I can't let our honored guests get hurt. I won't be able to face the commander if that were to happen. I'll be fine as long as I don't drink it. Where do you produce the poison? Here? Or maybe here? Careful where you put your hands. There she goes again, getting distracted by some random nonsense. Vice Commander Licinia, I'll get straight to the point. Did you kill the former commander? Huh? Me? No way, it wasn't me. I didn't kill her. We already knew the former Black Speaker commander died by poisoning. Word across the galaxy was that a member specializing in poison was the most likely to become the new commander. Arabella was the one who eventually got the position, though. The Empire's intelligence network has been keeping a close eye on a Black Speaker for quite some time, and we pretty much know everything there is to know. So why don't you just tell us what kind of person Arabella really is? Sorry? I don't know. If you don't start talking, I will drink that honey cocktail. With 10 times the amount of bodily fluid you normally use for honored guests. That would kill you. I'll talk. Please don't die. If you die, I would truly... Was that supposed to be a threat? A negotiating technique like this works sometimes. There truly isn't much I can tell you. If you've already heard about the former commander, you probably know most of the story anyway. Other than that, it's just a matter of whether you witness it up close or from afar. As for me, I was standing closest to Arabella in that moment. Our enemy's assassination attempts are becoming increasingly clever. I'll soon need another body double. Arabella, I'll give you that opportunity. Thank you, Commander. The Stella Familia is an race that inherited the blessing of the stars. You possess such a blessing yourself. From now on, you will serve as my food taster. You'll take my place wherever food is abundant, every luncheon, tea party, and banquet. Black Speaker has made many enemies, so it would be no surprise at all if my food were poisoned. Still, who wouldn't dream of indulging in such delicacies? Quite a thrilling responsibility, isn't it? I didn't join just to keep my stomach full. The White Altair, the Azure Merchant Guild. Never felt like I belonged in either of those places. So that's your nature then. I'll like that. Just as birds build nests and rabbits dig burrows, the Black Speaker naturally became the home that felt right for me. Get what I mean? What? Arabella turns the brilliant gemstone fragment over in her hand, scattering light across the room. Wherever the light falls, it reflects the desires buried deep within the heart, like a kaleidoscope. It's a gemstone sample collected from the kaleidoscope hatchery. It reflects something different for every person who looks at it. My guess that it reflected human nature. It reflects human nature, desire to be exact. Because every time I look into it, it shows me the most intense, raw instinct I felt from my past, as if it's happening right now. As Arabella turns to the gemstone, the image of
Gorgophone, the former commander of Black Spica, manifests once again. The Black Spica and White Altair cannot be mixed. It's no different from chest. White pieces and black pieces each have their assigned place. This was the greatest desire of my life, and also, it is also the favor I am asking of you. How is it that one person's purpose in life is so hard to form, yet so easy to lose? She turns the gemstone slightly, and a different perspective of that desire is reflected. Arabella gives the soup a taste before Gorgophone starts eating. No issues, Commander. It's safe to eat. Thank you, Arabella. With you around, I can always dine without worry. Oh, she knows it's poisoned. Did you enjoy the last banquet? Yes. It gave me a clear picture of where the Black Spica stands in the galaxy. And who did you meet there? After I collapsed from ingesting poison, a few assassins came and asked where you were. I told them I was the Black Spica's commander and to state their business. That's when they drew their blades on me. Nothing out of the ordinary. I made clean work of almost all of them, but the banquet turned into a mess when one of them managed to escape. They may return for vengeance one day. I'm sorry I failed to deal with them completely. Just then, Gorgophone reaches out towards Arabella's face. Her hand all but brushes past Arabella's cheek gently before resting on the crown of her head, stroking her hair so gently it makes only the faintest rustling sound. You did more than enough. If they were that bad at being stealthy, I'm sure they'd have fled far away from fright. Commander Gorgophone. The Black Spica does not hesitate to use any means necessary to achieve its goals. Because of that, many of our members lose their sense of purpose. It's not exactly wrong, but you can't get very far in a world ruled by the laws of the jungle. An apex predator must stand above the rest and look down upon all their prey. Tell me, Arabella, what do you see? Arabella closes her eyes. She furrows her brow, searching beyond what lies before her, while looking at what already exists deep within herself at the same time. The gemstone's light scatters over Arabella's head. The light reflected from the present settles over her like a crown. I see animals displaying their weakness and rolling over during negotiations. I see insects being devoured by those very animals. We are the predators who stand above them, selecting our prey. Right? Yes. But what if the insects gather and form an army? Can we overcome them? That's exactly why we banded under the name Black Spica and forged the Shera Empire. Do you know how the Empire maintains its power? Deception, hypocrisy, and trickery. Those in power hide their ambitions behind the facade of peace, blinding their prey to the truth. As for us, we merely cast aside some of those lies and follow our raw instincts instead. Aspire to become a ruler, Arabella. You have the right makings of one. Thank you, Commander. Gorgophone was the one who taught me what it meant to be a ruler. Arabella turns the gemstone a little further. The reflected light filling the commander's room turns crimson, much like the final rays of a setting sun, or the blood pouring from prey in its final moments. Those lessons were only completed through usurpation. It was the only death I had ever truly desired. So she did kill her. As a cart laden with food makes its way over to the banquet hall, a deep, dark silence settles over the lobby. The faint clatter of a single set of utensils is all that can be heard. The banquet hall is packed with crew members holding their breath, their eyes locked on to Arabella. Arabella cuts a generous, bite-sized piece from the edge of her newly raw steak and places it in her mouth. She cuts the vegetables accompanying the meat into pieces of smaller size and eats them as well. Her small lips part frighteningly as she swallows her prey. She then drizzles some red wine sauce from a long, slender flask-like container over her meal before placing more of the meat and vegetables into her mouth. The distinct aroma of the sauce drifts through the banquet hall.
No issues, Commander. Safe to eat.
Is that filet mignon? Or not filet mignon. Beef Wellington? And that's exactly when she died.
Thank you as always, Arabella.
You may all begin your meal. While you dine, remember you are predators. Must not bare your fangs at anyone except the food laid before you. At this, the crew members raise their utensils in unison. Only the clatter of knives scraping against plates breaks through the silence. Not a single soul engages in cheerful banter or eats with greedy gusto.
Gorgophone mentioned maintained absolute control over every aspect of our lives. What we ate, what we wore, where we lived. We were not allowed to talk during meals. We were a naturally vicious group of people, you see, so a fight would erupt the moment anyone opened their mouth. She also decided who shared rooms with whom. At the same time, she established one unwritten rule. Whatever happened during the night, she would never intervene. I suppose that was just another one of her sick, twisted amusements. Are you curious to know who I shared a room with?
Will you actually tell me if I ask?
I have no reason to keep it a secret.
Yeah, I was gonna say this, yeah.
The child who is now my vice commander. Back then, she served as our guide.
She used to proclaim loudly that if anything were to happen to me while tasting the food for poison, she'd take full responsibility. Ripples form in the banquet hall, reflected in the gemstone like liquid. The image blurs through the kaleidoscope itself or shedding tears, then displays the present-day Licinia.
What power did I have?
You were all Commander Gorgophone's toys. She took pleasure in watching us play our parts, desperately struggling just to survive. All I did was follow Commander Gorgophone's orders and share some of my bodily fluid. She said she could never have too many means of self-defense as commander when she took it. Did you poison herself?
Blackspeaker's greatest weapon lies beneath the darkness.
Do you understand what that means? Oh, is she gonna try and kill Arabella?
It means we must observe the whole picture from the darkness while keeping our true identities hidden, ensuring no one discovers what we do.
Exactly. Deception is, in truth, a quality shared by many rulers. Freedom is not license, and the price of freedom is being on your guard all the time. If you wish to learn how to look down from the heights of darkness, read these books. Thank you, Commander Gorgophone. Arabella, tell me, do you not fear death? Pardon? All of the Commander's body doubles to die in their stead. There's no living creature that doesn't fear death. And you seem to approach it as if you have no life to lose. Even if it costs me my life, I wish to remain by your side, Commander. I suppose that is simply my nature. I like that. It's nearly time to feast. Let's put that nature of yours to the test once more today. Yes, Commander Gorgophone. As a cart laden with food makes its way toward the banquet hall, a deep, dark silence settles over the lobby. The faint clatter of a single set of utensils is all that can be heard. The banquet hall is packed with crew members holding their breath, their eyes locked onto Arabella. Arabella cuts a generous bite-sized piece from the edge of her newly raw steak and places it in her mouth. She cuts the vegetables accompanying the meat into pieces of similar size and eats them as well. Her small lips part frighteningly as she swallows her prey. Then she drizzles some red wine sauce from a long, slender flask-like container over her meal before placing more of the meat and vegetables in her mouth. The distinct aroma of the sauce drifts through the banquet hall.
No issues, Commander. It is safe to eat.
Arabella collapses to the floor, vomiting up all the meat and vegetables she swallowed. Blood and stomach acid splatters across the floor. The crew members watch on as if they had all seen it before. Gorgophone merely rests her chin against her hand, observing without moving a muscle.
Poison! It's been poisoned! If you eat this...
Poor girl.
Her convulsions are worse than usual today. Still, I doubt you'll die. Throw everything out and prepare a new meal. As for everyone who worked in the kitchen today, lock them up in separate solitary cells for 3 days.
At Gorgophone's command, the crew springs into action in perfect unison. Some shout out, proclaiming their innocence, while others knock them over the head before dragging them away. The rest rise from their seats and return to their respective duties. The kitchen hands, who had no part in preparing that day's meal, head back to the kitchen. Only Arabella remains upon the cold floor, lying in a pool of warm blood as she calls out for Gorgophone.
Commander.
As her consciousness fades, a slender ray of light appears before her eyes. The light reflects a vision of another Arabella. At a luncheon several days later, she is once again on the floor from being poisoned. Arabella collapses from poison time and time again. At a banquet on another day, at a tea party aboard a distant ark, even during clandestine military negotiations. The blood she vomits spreads across the ground in distorted patterns like some incomplete kaleidoscope.
Back then, I wished harder for my own death than anyone else. I believed that it fit my nature, and it was the role I was most suited for. Perhaps I wanted to repay Gorgophone for the trust she'd placed in me. Yes, that was probably the biggest reason. I wanted to make every one of her teachings my own. I wanted to become a black speaker member greater than anyone else. The most valuable lesson Gorgophone taught me was how to look down from the highest darkness. Thanks to that, I learned the truth about Gorgophone.
She was the one poisoning him all along.
Commander Gorgophone would request poison regularly, and every time she did, Arabella would collapse without fail. On a hunch, I once put lemon syrup in the vial instead of poison, and Arabella said that her steak tasted like a lemon. Whenever I think back to that moment, I can't stop crying from guilt. How could I have ever known that this was happening? I couldn't believe the poison I'd be preparing for Commander Gorgophone was being used to torture Arabella over and over again. Licinia clung to me, crying uncontrollably. She said she was sorry, that she had no idea she was the one hurting me, that she had only wanted to protect someone, that she hated herself. I reached for Licinia's face. As I stroked that pitiful head of hers, I said, "Prepare the strongest poison you can. Tonight, the Black Speaker will have a new master." I was so terrified. It felt like everything was going wrong because of me. Even so, I couldn't resist. I did as Arabella told me.
I filled the vial with the poison dozens of times more potent than usual and handed it to Commander Gorgophone. I wanted to say something. Commander Gorgophone simply snatched the vial and walked away without looking back even once. That was the end of my usefulness to her. I had trusted her with all my heart, yet to her I was nothing more than a toy. A thirst for vengeance surged within me. It consumed me more than any other desire I had felt before. What do you think I did? Killed her, but how I am not sure. At the banquet that night, Arabella never poured the poisoned sauce on her plate. Instead, she coated her dining knife with it and lunged straight for Commander Gorgophone. Ah. The knife was small, but it was of no consequence. I stabbed her with unerring precision. Commander Gorgophone couldn't even scream. Her entire body convulsed violently as she clutched her chest and fell to the ground. The perfect banquet was spread right over a floor soaked in red wine sauce. Arabella approached the Commander Gorgophone knife in hand. I carved the steak into bite-sized pieces. Then something long and rigid like a centipede caught the tip of my blade. She raised her knife as though hoisting a flag, the blade looking exactly like the snake sword she carries now. It was the finest banquet. At first everyone remained silent. Then they raised their glasses. That night, no one ate a single thing. Everyone set down their forks and knives. Some cheered, others screamed and fled. Arabella alone remained composed, as if though she was looking at an entirely different reality from ours. A mere pawn had risen to the highest seat and been reborn as the new commander of Black Spica. I won the game and had my revenge. Now, there is nothing to fear. Indulge to your heart's content in the final feast of this blood-soaked banquet hall. But at the end of that intense joy and desire, only emptiness remained. Right before she died, Gorgophone left these words. Foolish child, you've robbed yourself of your purpose in life. I used to believe that my usefulness lay with the Black Spica. I swore I would devote everything I had to something worth staking my life on. But ever since I purged my life's purpose through my desire for revenge against Gorgophone, and took my place as Black Spica's commander, I can see everything, yet I feel nothing. I dyed my hair red to break free from my shackles, yet I am still bound. Now I simply move chess pieces across a board without meaning, playing a game that has no purpose. That's when I met you. Of all the produce the Empire had produced, you're the most fascinating piece I've ever observed. A person like you would break free from the chessboard to gain a new perspective, just as I did. Even so, the path you take to reach it and the ideals that guide you will probably be completely different from mine. Just like the black and white chess pieces that can never truly mix. Arabella sets the gemstone down on her desk. Its radiance steadily dims until the light converges into a single point. I want to go to the kaleidoscope hatchery with you. A place where the desire for life swells like an illusion. A chessboard where that monster in me waits hungrily. I will observe you there. Arabella moves in and tilts my chin up with the tip of her index finger. As she leans down, the lips that once swallowed poison meat draw nearer and nearer.
I wish to savor you completely, with no one disrupting us.
She runs her tongue along her small lips, a thin smile pulling at the corners of her mouth. Her deep crimson eyes gleam sharply.
Captain.
Just as Arabella cups my face in both hands and leans in, the door to the commander's room suddenly flies open.
Commander, letters arrived from Peregrine. I snuck in without anybody noticing, just like a proper villain. Wait, did I do something wrong?
Yes, you did. I was about to kiss Arabella. Now she was about to kiss me, to be more precise. A gem called Desire. What is the true nature of the desire that Arabella seeks? It's going to be of her past. Yeah. Arabella, the commander wants to see you. Go see her, quickly. Around 7 years after Arabella arrives on the SS Deneb, Commander Gorphone calls her on a personal matter. Arabella has only managed to recover from her poisoning, and her body is still frail. However, her weakened body does nothing to dull her mind. It is obvious that an important conversation is to take place. Arabella silently trails after the guide. I'm really curious as to... This is going to sound sus. What bodily fluid is poisonous? Gorgophone is dining alone. There's a small bowl containing some stew and a tray holding some thinly sliced pieces of liver.
Oh, you're here. You called for me?
You there. Go get some food for Arabella here. Yes, Commander. From the other side of the door, a crew member who had been standing by disappears, their voice fading along with their footsteps as they move away. The commander slices off a piece of liver and places it in her mouth.
Commander, you should check it for poison before... That's enough. There's no poison. But you never know.
Sit down. This will take a while. Arabella pulls out the lone chair opposite the commander and sits down. How do you feel?
Thanks to your overly generous care, I feel better.
Good. One must not yield to something as insignificant as pain. Gorphone spoons more stew into her mouth and works her knife in near total silence.
Arabella. Yes, Commander? How long have you been here now? A little over 7 years, ma'am. I see. It's been that long already, hasn't it? What have you come to experience during your time here? During my time here? I've experienced your boundless kindness after taking me in, Commander. I've also learned that the Black Speaker Commander will never abandon any of her crew, no matter what. Yes. And I've seen that there are 2 kinds of humans in this world. Oh. And what kinds would those be?
Winners and losers.
Those who pursue something new as they discard what they have, and those who seek to protect what they have completely and eternally. What made you come to think that? I will describe exactly what I witnessed. Do you remember a client named Medesia, Commander? Yes, she's one of the best customers. At first she asked us to obtain a jewel called the Lion's Eye. That's right, and we procured it for her. Shortly after, she commissioned us to acquire another jewel called the Blue Lotus. We got that one for her too, but when she brought us payment for the Blue Lotus, she included the Lion's Eye. She didn't have enough to pay in full, so she had to make it up for it in kind. In a short period of time, she traded away something she had desired so desperately without a second thought. Someday she'll use the Blue Lotus to pay for something else she wants, and then it'll be something else. To me, it seemed like that thirst would never diminish. Most of our VRPs are like this. They're the ones who discard what they have in order to obtain something new. And what are your thoughts regarding those types of people? A messy existence filled with lies. They deceive themselves endlessly and waste their lives on frivolous things. Then have you also seen someone who wholly protects what they have? Yes, just one. Can you tell me who that is? You, Commander. That's very perceptive of you, Arabella. Remarkable. A fledgling of only 7 years with sharper eyes than the noble daughter of the Empire, who has experienced all of life's hardships. Just then the door opens and food is served. A square lid covers the tray, its edges completely sealed with a thick layer of wax. Eat. I made that myself. You earn the right to have this meal. Thank you.
Gorgophone personally breaks the wax seal and lifts the lid. Warm steam comes wafting out. Gorgophone returns to her seat, and the two eat in silence.
Are you curious why people are so foolish?
Gorgophone cuts through the silence with a question.
Yes, I can't understand why they dive headfirst into fires that will clearly lead to their own destruction. It's because they don't understand the essence of things. Pardon? Do you know why jewels are so precious? I believe it is because they are rare and highly sought after. That explains why they're expensive, but it doesn't answer my question. Jewels are precious because, second only to starlight, they are the only radiant things that endure without ever changing. The most precious thing in this universe is immortality. Therefore, anything that comes close to it can also be described as precious. Fools often chase the shadow and miss the essence. Do not let yourself be deceived by that illusion, Arabella. Yes, Commander, I'll keep that in mind. Therefore, anything that holds immorality must be respected. If only that poor Midesia had been aware of this truth, she would not have been destroyed herself through vanity. I see a lot of myself in you. Make sure you continue to hold this position in the years to come. Yes, Commander.
Gorgophone rises from her seat, walks over to a display cabinet, and takes out a bottle of wine to hold up.
A day like this calls for a toast with this, but I suppose you're a little young for it. This is a Turzion Tokaji. It was produced around the time of the Empire's independence, making it a rare vintage over 800 years old. 800 years? Has it not gone bad? Tokaji is a special wine.
All food rots away with time. Even our glorious salts can only delay the inevitable by a few decades at most.
But Turzion Tokaji ferments at a pace as slow as the universe itself because of a peculiar yeast called Terra Noble Rot. It does not rot away, it simply continues to age, extraordinarily slowly. That makes it the most precious of all foods.
So it is a drink that has attained immortality.
Exactly, Arabella. Everything immortal possesses a driving force that gives it its eternity. Jewels have their unique crystal structures. Tokaji has noble rot fermentation and residual sugar, allowing it to age forever. The same principle applies to the human heart. There is a noble rot that leads the human heart to eternity. We call it desire. You are right on the mark, Arabella. Most desires of our VIPs are false. Those things cannot hold up to the weight of time. They will decay and rot away. True desires never change or vanish from the heart. Therefore, remember this. If your desire ever changes or disappears, then what you possessed was a false desire. Yes, Commander. I see the future of the Black Spica in you, so I will impart a piece of wisdom. Never allow impurities into your desire. Do not turn away from your purest desires or distort them. Hold on to them exactly as they are. If you do that, you will never lose what you have. The Black Spica is proof of that.
Gorgophone was a commander of absolute unwavering conviction, and she held to that conviction without the slightest deviation until the day she died. Arabella still did not know the true nature of the pure desire Gorgophone pursued. Uneasy alliance.
How nice. The Song of Gods and Fate is flowing more naturally than usual. Veronica, did you really think about whether this letter was truly that urgent? Well, Peregrine is always accompanied by a sheep named Son. Seeing the two of them reminds me of Sir Kowalski and myself. We haven't crossed paths that much, but I guess it's sort of a kindred spirit. So whenever I hear news about Peregrine, I just get so swept up about it. That doesn't seem like it answers my question. I'm sorry. You don't even know you did what you did wrong, and yet you apologize. You're still a long way from being a villain. Here, take a piece of candy for being such a good child. Now get out of here. Thank you. Which flavor is this? Rat poison. Tastes exactly like the real thing. Rat poison? You're not a rat, so it won't kill you. If you don't want to eat it, you're welcome to pass it off to that hamster you carry around. Commander! No hamster, he's Sir Kowalski.
Arabella turns away, as if completely indifferent to what kind of person Veronica is. Pretty cold-hearted for a commander.
It's not like the candy will kill her. If anyone's cold-hearted, it's the one refusing a gift offered by their commander. Now then, on the way back, I'll explain what you have to do step by step. You should be grateful for this personal attention. Now we know how Arabella became commander. But how has she run the Black Spica since then? For the other crew members, not much. There's always dangerous work, and the commander always does exactly as she pleases. The only thing is the number of times we directly throw ourselves into dangerous combat has dropped significantly. Each member gathers information from their area of expertise and feeds it to Arabella, who weaves it together like a spider's web and waits for her prey to draw near. Once something gets caught in her web, she takes her time to savor it while waiting for even bigger prey to get drawn in. For example...
Hey everyone.
Captain! Are you okay? How did the talks go?
I'm fine, not a scratch on me, but the thing is... Arabella will be accompanying us to this kaleidoscope hatchery. Well, out of all the outcomes I imagine, that's probably the third most unsettling one. I mean, we have to go either way, so it shouldn't be an issue, but why does she want to go with us? Arabella approaches with the slow, deliberate click of her heels. Her chilling, hollow gaze seems to draw closer faster than the sound of her heels. Is it because that would be the perfect setting for me to observe the captain? I may even find a reason for this dreary existence there. I really don't feel good about this. But since you and the captain came to this agreement, I suppose we have no choice. Captain, can I borrow your ear for a moment? You may be aware of this already, but Captain, but there's a high chance she's in bed with a niece. She's in bed with a niece? Call me a niece, because I'm in bed. Just kidding. Are you sure about this? Actually, one more demand of hers that we have to fulfill. I'll explain more about it later. Right now, we just don't have a choice. Captain, what are you trying to... Just then, a unigram message arrives from Lethe, who I had contacted on the way back. Message confirmed, Protos. Are you certain about this? Once this decision is finalized, it will be difficult to reverse. It's fine. I'll explain everything to the director myself later. Understood. In that case, I will transmit this official notice to cancel the request for cooperation to the Executive Department in the Investigations Bureau. Please let me know if there's anything else you require. After I complete the exchange and tuck the terminal away, Arabella meets me with a satisfied smile. It seems all we have to do now is prepare to set off. In exchange for keeping her mouth shut to the Empire regarding Typhera and Tiana, Arabella demanded two conditions. One was to let her tag along with us to the Kaleidoscope hatchery. The other was that we reject any outside assistance whatsoever, aside from the honored guests currently aboard the SS Deneb. Licinia, make sure to prepare plenty of poison. It'd be good to have some on hand to protect ourselves. Understood, Commander.
Hey, why so glum, everyone? Are you really that upset about joining hands with me? This makes no sense. Refusing the assistance of the Empire while accompanying Arabella, the commander of the Black Speaker. This is not how negotiations usually go. What the hell did you do to the captain? I really don't understand why you're so wary about us. The negotiations went perfectly well. All we did was peel back a layer of each other's secrets. Isn't that right, Captain?
I suppose you're not entirely wrong.
Even within the Iron Ring, most units that cooperated with Black Speaker ended up being court-martialed. Of course, the Black Speaker walked off scot-free each time. I've got a bad feeling about this. Be careful, Captain. Holding on to such prejudices will get you nowhere. The Empire pushes around Iron Ring all the time over the Protoss issue. Even this time, you're forced to rely on the Empire because of the Protoss. From the Empire's perspective, they could say they lost one of their precious Protosses because of the Iron Ring. By the way, did you two always get along like this?
Yeah, we're tight.
Are you trying to drive a wedge between us? For me, it's been a long time since I lost my Protoss friend. The wound's pretty much healed by now. I don't believe the Iron Ring is being pushed around by the Empire. So we won't be pushed around by Black Speaker either. That's reassuring to hear, Anika. If anything happens, I'll riddle them full of holes. Why are you looking at me like that? Well, you must exercise caution when firing guns. If you riddle your actual allies full of holes, it will hurt incredibly. Are you seriously that scared you'll get shot? I'm not exactly sturdy, and I'm not much of a runner. So please put your trust in the commander. She'll never be the first to harm any of you. Oh, the Vice Commander is quite the character herself, isn't she?
If you're all ready, let's get moving.
Oh well. Anise is likely headed for the Kaleidoscopic Hatchery's Chaos Core. She's probably planning something that involves fusing the Protoss and the Chaos Core somehow. We need to head to the Chaos Core as quickly as we can and stop Anise. Come to think of it, you said you'd tell us what the jewel Anise was carrying will be used for. Well, will you let us in on that? I'll tell you in due time, so don't rush me. You guys will find out eventually anyway. I'm traveling alongside the captain, the SS Nightmare at long last. Allow me to savor my excitement for just a moment. I'll do my utmost not to be a burden. Something still doesn't sit right with me. What is it? There's something I'm missing. Something I should know. Why can't I remember?
Shaky, shaky. There's much less water in here than I thought. I might have to go get more. Ooh, chaos. The Black Speaker members seek to unravel the mysteries surrounding this sortie.
The commander just sortied into the chaos. I heard as well. Doesn't look like she called for any other crew members, though. Is that really a problem? She went with our honored guests. Honored guests? The SS Nightmare agents. Oh, you mean the ship the Empire sent. I would have thought she'd ask the White Altair for assistance. Would have to be the Empire's people. Marine, you know our commander isn't particularly fond of the commander of the White Altair. Seems they weren't even a consideration. I heard this from Selena the other day, but Calliope feels exactly the same way. Apparently, she flat out said she'd never help us. It'd be nice if they made up and got along, but I suppose that's wishful thinking. It's not like the two of them have only been at each other's throats for a short time. I expect things will stay the same for now. I'm sure Vice Commander Licinia would have gone with her. No one else from our side? Just her. I see. Still, if we're talking about the SS Nightmare, I doubt anything will happen. But still, what if something terrible happens to the commander? The chaos is said to be exceptionally dangerous. She'll be fine. She's the commander. Still, why didn't you go along then, Veronica? Of course I asked. I told her I'd go and help, but she bluntly shut me down. Just wanted to be of help. She probably did that because she cares about you, Veronica. If you're that worried, why not investigate what kind of chaos the commander sortied into this time? It may not be as bad as you think. It's pretty bad. Maureen spots Yuri walking by in a VR headset and calls out to her. Yuri, please come over here for a moment. I'm busy. This is more urgent. Please hurry over.
Later. Get over here.
I can't. My drones are in the middle of collecting some data.
As Yuri tries to walk past, Maureen grabs her.
Will you stop bothering me?
The commander has sorted into the chaos.
Commander Arabella? She'll be fine, right? What's there to worry about? There's plenty to worry about. She's headed straight into a bizarre chaos. Apparently it's full of danger.
Where exactly did she go?
Somewhere called the Kaleidoscope Hatchery. Have you heard of it? Oh, that place. Some of the recon drones I've released have gone somewhere near that chaos. Oh, 1 second.
Yuri pops over her mechanics box, projects a holographic image, and deftly enters a set of coordinates. The footage being transmitted by the drone is displayed. Several dazzling gemstone-like objects can be seen scattered throughout the area.
There are quite a lot of sparkly things. They're jewels, aren't they? If so, could then Commander have gone there to mine them?
I'm not sure. Alright, let's move in a little further. The drone enters one of the bug burrows that open into the ground. Darkness fills the display before a cave illumination by colorful gemstones comes into view.
How pretty. They look like those bioluminescent creatures that glow in the deep sea. The commander must have gone in one of these caves too. It seems most of Kaleidoscope Hatchery is structured like this.
The drone's feet begins to tremble intensely as it moves deeper into the cave.
What?
The screen suddenly shakes violently before the transmission cuts out.
Oh, my honeybee drone! I worked so hard on that new model.
Yuri stares at her mechanic box with a stupefied look on her face.
Maybe a monster got to it? I couldn't even learn what monsters were there. Let's head to the library and see if we can find anything. Good idea, let's go.
Maureen and Veronica leave the dumbfounded Yuri behind and head for the library.
Way too many difficult books here. Start by looking for recent chaos-related articles. Maureen?
A familiar voice calls out.
Yo! I knew that was you, Maureen, and you're too here, Veronica? It's been a while, Magna. What brings you aboard the SS Deneb?
Just making a quick stop to stock up on the supplies. We're gearing up for a really long time and thrilling adventure. There's quite a bit to prepare, so I believe we'll be here until tomorrow.
I see. Did Selena come all this way?
Of course.
Where is she? The lobby? Restaurant? Maybe the... I've been right here. I had no idea. Selena, you're always popping in out of nowhere.
Right? We frequently get surprised as well.
But I've been here since earlier. Whatever the case, it's nice to see you again after all this time. I brought some cookies. Would you try some? Yes, thank you.
Me too. Over here. Wait, maybe 2 more would be great.
Are you here with the other White Altair members as well?
Yeah, everyone's split up for now to either get supplies or do maintenance.
We also came to research before our mission. Come to think of it, I believe the SS Nightmare crew stopped by as well?
They did. They just departed for a chaos with our commander.
I see. It's good to know they are the ones accompanying her. There are many upstanding good people on that ship.
Wait, hold on. Arabella went into a chaos herself? If she's accompanying the people from the Empire, it must mean something's pretty important.
It is. They headed for a chaos called the Kaleidoscope Hatchery.
There's some incredible jewels buried there. So shiny, even the caves are packed with them.
Jewels? She went there to mine jewels? What kind do they have there?
Magna's eyes begin to sparkle.
We got a brief look at it earlier through one of Yuri's drones. The entire chaos was filled with them.
However, we're not sure if she went to mine jewels or for some other mission.
Siri, we should talk to the Selena.
I thought I said seriously.
Should we talk to the commander and see if we can head to the Kaleidoscope Hatchery too? Won't the SS Nightmare annihilate the chaos before that?
You're probably right. I guess we'll just have to wait and hope she brings back a massive haul of jewels then.
Making sure she gets back safe comes first. With the SS Nightmare by her side, she'll be absolutely fine. No need to worry, Veronica.
It does put my mind at ease to hear you say that, Selena.
Observe. Oh my gosh, it's the kaleidoscopic hatchery. Bug burrow. Track Anise and stop the conspiracy. Can I just let me switch it out from my hild. Because my hild's really good, okay? Cannot obtain save data. That's fine. I still want to use my hild though. The entrance to the Kaleidoscope Hatchery is not much different from the small chaos nearby. What stands out, though, are the giant gemstones scattered throughout the area. The same kind of one Arabella showed me before. The light reflected from them was far more expansive and beautiful. With every step forward, the gemstones vividly reflect each person's desires and emotions. Their light cascades reflect and surge in all directions. Osmorain and Observer's Pleasure. One fracture amplification for each enemy present, plus 20% damage amount to this unit for one turn. Scream for me. 41% damage and 2 fracture to all enemies. 4 fracture the enemy with the highest HP. What does fracture do? At the end of this turn, 216% DOT. Oh, on effect activation, decrease fracture stacks by half. Oh, wow, that's good. What is ionization? Of curiosity. Plus 16% damage amount taken and 8+ additional amount damage taken from Hild. Oh, wow, yeah, that's good. Oh, Vortex Arrow. That one's handy.
This looks like a lot like the chaos we saw before. Is it always this breathtaking? It's best not to stare too long. If you lose yourself in it, you'll lose your mind.
Right, we should stay sharp. Besides, this place is like a bug burrow. It's crawling with invaders.
Not only is it as maze-like as a bug burrow, but the kaleidoscopic hatchery makes it hard to keep your bearings. Feel free to let me know if you need help. The closer one approaches, the more slowly the gem draws light up from within. The light, flickering in time with the expression and breath of one reaching out, reflects that person's emotions for just a moment. What is Arabella's, build? Out of curiosity? Wondering what her deck looks like. Oh, this one's very good. At the start of a turn, 1 fracture amplification, 6 fracture to the enemy with the highest HP. Yes, please. Arabella approaches and lightly brushes the surface of the crystal with her fingertip. The light gathered clearly into a single line following her hand and scattered in all directions once more. Arabella continues gently as if teaching. Only then does the group finally understand how the ore reacts. Oh, and I'd advise using your arrows with caution. It's unpredictable how the gemstones will react to anything that flares up like flashbangs or signal flares. See? Learned something new, didn't you?
Damn it, why does she make me so angry? It's rare to see someone get under Hilda's skin like that. It's impressive in more ways than one. Alright, I thought rattling Hilda was your job.
Whole verdict. 75% damage and 2 fracture to all enemies, and activate fracture inflicted by this unit. Does it reduce the fracture stacks? Let's see. Yes, it does reduce the fracture stacks. Okay. So it's not like it just triggers it without, like, ending it. It just speeds up the trigger. Got it. That's good to know. I think I'm gonna like a team with these two together. I'm gonna have to go for a build where a fracture build for Hilda. The AoE on this team is crazy. No, I got an epiphany for Renoa. I need to get rid of Renoa's cards. I don't want them. Yippee. An epiphany. Yay. A single invader mushroom stands alone in the middle of a passage. Its surface glows faintly. It seems like the slightest stimulation makes something spray out. That's what she said. My, do you recognize it? What color got to you? The group examines the surface of the mushroom. Blue, red, yellow, green. The spores come in a variety of colors. The colors indicate the type of pheromones. Blue means inquiry, red control, yellow possession, and green survival. It's the language invaders use to classify the world. Watch carefully. Control, huh? They'll choose over the word control a bit too late. Why, does the word control bother you? No, never mind, I get it. Something on your mind? I thought those guys were invited over as honored guests. Why do they look so miserable? Something happened aboard the SS Deneb? If they were treated poorly again. Sure, that's why they conveniently left our names off the guest list after talking about how they wanted to express their gratitude. You sound more disappointed you didn't get to look around their ship, right? The moment the red spore spread, the invaders raised themselves against one another. Hild's feet stopped in place. Then one turns to look at us, and then it gets absolutely bopped. They're not interested in us. Watch. Oh, never mind. The largest one drives out the smallest. Once the hierarchy's set, the fighting stops. Renoa and Arabella watch calmly. Only Hild is still within that color. It was a red she seemed to have seen somewhere, the color of the day when nothing was controlled. Select 2 cards to remove. Ooh, yippee. Get freaking out of here. Hild was struggling to push that memory away. Are you okay? I'm fine. Let's go. Oh, I thought she'd gain some, you know, the word for... It's just insane. I don't know.
いらっしゃい。きれいに消しましたよっと。また来てくださいね。
Yes, that's it.
どうかしら。悪くないわね。存分にあがきなさい。弓の名手、今がチャンス。待機中。踊って存分に好きだらけね。お付き合い悪くないわね。さーて存分にあがきなさい。悲鳴を上げなさい。弓の名手の腕一気に仕留めるよ。いつでも行けるわ。消えなさい。さーて逃げ道なんかないんだから。
When this ad break goes, I'm gonna go... I don't really need to go to the bathroom, but I'm gonna, like, brush my teeth. And probably get some more water. At the start of battle, gain 3 counterattack. Sure, I'll give it to her. Dang. The giant extractor emerges from the darkness. Corpses of Iron Rain soldiers are sprawled out against the around the glowing vein. Is this all of this ore? This entire area? Everywhere the vein stretches is ore. That's why the kaleidoscope hatchery is so valuable. Though the problem is, when you stand before such light, it doesn't make the ending feel like it doesn't matter. Or it makes the ending feel like it doesn't matter. They examine the corpses. Traces of invader attacks are mixed with gunshot wounds. They all fell in the same direction. Their postures point toward the vibrations reaction point. All their eyes turn toward the vein. Their expressions are not only fear. They couldn't stop it even after drawing their guns. Just because you're holding it doesn't mean it's on your side. Sparking Epiphany to one select a card. Man, I love these buffs. They're so good. Scream for me. Actually, yeah, let's do Hollow Verdict. Ooh, this was reduced by 1. Let's see. Free fracture to all enemies. Fracture amplification. Activate fracture inflicted by allies. And 4 agony to all enemies. Oh, but this is activate agony. Oh, and 4 agony to enemies. Oh. I don't know that that's great, to be honest. As the group members blink one by one and draw their eyes away, only Arabella takes one more step toward the light. Those enchanted by the light let go of what they held and are shaken by the desire before them, all the while unaware that they are being gnawed away by desire in that instant. She stretches her fingertips toward the vein. Her hand is right about to touch the light. Arabella, step back! At Renault's voice, Arabella slowly withdraws her hand. Her smile remains unchanged. It's fine, I'm only exposing the hidden claws.
Everyone, focus! We've got enemies closing in!
Prepare for battle. At this scale, it'll be a breeze. Oh, then it'd be okay for me to sit this one out? Excuse me? Shows that you don't seem to fully trust me yet. If you prefer, I can simply stand back and watch.
What are you talking about? We've already factored you into our numbers from the get-go.
So you trust me now. Delighted to hear it.
Say what now?
Hilda!
You're so annoying. You give us all that unsolicited advice, and now you just want to watch from the sidelines? Save that trash talk for later and just fight.
That wasn't bad for a bit of entertainment.
Poor Hill being used as entertainment. 555 damage. For 2 turns, inflict fixed damage to the target equal to 30% of damage amount taken by all enemies. Cannot exceed 1000% of Arabella's attack per turn. And she 2 multi-shot, no way.
It's fine.
A meaningless slaughter of such worthless lives.
Arabella swings her snake sword through the air, flinging chunks of flesh from the blade. Blood rains down over the shredded corpses of the invaders.
If not for the Captain VSS Nightmare, I would have never gotten my hands dirty with such messy work. Isn't that so, Licinia? It's rare for you to approach a chaos yourself, Commander.
What's she trying to suggest? Oh, did I just go through all the ads without going? I was involved with the combat last moment, so I was gonna go to the bathroom. It's fine, because I don't really need to go. It's just like, just do it while the ad break's running, but now I just don't really have a reason to. The Plasma Rain and Vortex. Both these are really good, but I don't know if it's just for the Epiphany. Oh! Too vulnerable. Apply 1 agony to all enemies. Decrease the cost to draw 1 attack. This is just good. This is really good. It increases damage. It draws a card, and it will decrease cost of another of the card by 1 if it was used before. So, but this one is honestly probably... Ooh, defeat 3 fractured all enemies. If it defeats something, that is, but... Dang! Okay, that's pretty dope. Brilliant light seeps through the cracks in the cave wall. There are gems beyond it. However, under the wall, corpses are piled high, all of them fallen facing the wall.
What is this? Did it stop while being dragged in? It's a beautiful trap. What do you suppose lies beyond?
The corpses' expressions first lit up with greed, then twisted in fear. Greed led them into the death lurking before the wall.
Desire has a price, but the bewitched do not know when to stop.
The group gathers the items scattered among the corpses. One of the items is still in a usable condition. Oh, card reward. Yippee. I don't know that I actually want any of this. 100 shield and 1 AP, but exhaust. That's not bad. If it drew one, then I'd take it, but I don't know that I really love any of these. Arabella picks one of the corpses up at her feet and throws it beyond the crack. The group waits for a reaction at that moment. Sound rises from all directions. As if one piece of bait were not enough to gather their attention, the sounds gradually sharpen. What reaction will come next? Not knowing what lies beyond, Hild pries the crack open with her hands and pushes herself in first. Hild! We won't know unless we go in. Oh, I guess it's this event. Collect the gems. Something about the way the light refracted was different. It was something never seen before. Oh, when weaken is applied through an ability, 1 weaken and 3 scorched to the target. Oh. That sounds good. As they slip out of the cave, the inside of the cave falls silent once more. Her weapons, tactics, and battlefield responses are completely different from what we use on the Iron Reign. She isn't just fighting a monster. Her movements make it seem as if though she holds the entire chaos in the palm of her hand, toying with it. Not every Black Speaker member possesses skills of that caliber. Still, having them on our side won't just make combat easier. The entire chaos infiltration operation would be a breeze. She's so annoying! Also, Hild's just annoyed by her because she's good. Waving your bow around. Oh, come on! And then she hits herself in that bonk. Bonk. The dark stars twitch every now and then, but they already lie dead and sprawled out. The egg sacs have burrowed into the dark stars' bodies, making the original forms hard to recognize. They are all bodies that became hosts for the eggs. Atop them, freshly hatched fluiders cling as if devouring the corpses. Those are dark stars, aren't they? They've all become hosts. Invader egg sacs are lodged in every crack of the split bodies. This is a good environment for invaders to breed quickly, so those bugs will be crawling all over the cave. If we don't clear them out fast now, they'll only multiply. I can handle this much on my own. Hild's arrows cut through the light and dropped the small fry one by one. Her movements were clean and precise. Stay on your toes. Our enemies are on their way. Oh. We should move while conserving our strength for as long as possible. Captain, I'll leave the command to you. Got it. Prepare for battle, everyone. What? Nice. As the battle resumes, Arabella once again pulverizes countless enemies with her snake sword. She reads the intent behind every single one of my commands perfectly. In fact, it's as if she moves in a way that guides me into issuing the order she wants. It's like she can peer directly into a commander's mind. I may be looking down from a higher vantage point, but I'm helpless against her movements. Your tactics just now were great. I like that you didn't hesitate. Your commands were excellent, so a reward is in order. What's this? Arabella draws close and hands over a piece of candy she produces from her pocket. It is by no means normal for an agent to bestow a reward upon their commander. I was going to observe you for a bit longer before giving it to you, but you're just far too interesting. I look forward to seeing this wonderful side of yours before we reach the core. Huh. Is it rat poison? Black Panther's Desire. Wakanda? Is that you?
In the end, the military theory of depth is merely one of many concepts used to analyze war. If you want to hold the advantage in time, space, intelligence, and resources, you must literally look down from a high vantage point with a transcendental perspective. NF6 into NBD7.
N? Wait. Well, I'm getting something. What? N? N. Queen. King. Knight. But knight is KN. I don't know. That artist post is at 2K likes. No, yeah, it's been at 2K likes since the day after it was published. It's been stagnant now. Hasn't gotten like any more likes. Which is fine, but it's still wild. Freaking wild, bro. That opening. Knight? N is knight? I thought it was KN. KN's too long, I guess, yeah. I guess K is for king, so... So this is knight takes bishop d7.
An opening. The Black Lion. The first moves of a leader is as cunning as a fox and as brave as a lion.
Is that an actual opening? Probably. The Black Lion opening. Wait, I feel called out. I think I unironically used this sometimes. When I was black. I think I unironically sometimes used this opening. Oh, wait, no. Okay, no, I didn't. No. I did it in a different order. Yeah. Very interesting. No, I actually did that quite frequently. You do know how a fox moves, don't you? Well, I'm a kitsune, so I hope I do. Arabella and I play a game of chess as we move forward toward our destination. We don't use a board or any pieces. We simply picture the board in our minds and call out each of our moves. Hild must be jealous. She's like, you did this with me first. I played chess with Hild before, but this is completely different. Arabella's black pieces take down my white pieces from completely unpredictable angles. Why are you staring like that? Is Captain playing chess with Arabella bothering you? Yes. Very much so. That opening. It's an effective strategy to dismantle the London system. I haven't mentioned a thing about chess since we met Arabella, and yet there she is deliberately opening with that move. What if she had all the information on us ever since we first infiltrated a chaos? No. What if it's been much longer than that? What if she already knew everything about us before the proto-serial murders even began? We'd be isolated on the battlefield, completely outmatched in the intel war. It'd be a nightmare. I'm just as unsettled by it. If Ash lost her life because of Arabella, if Anise became the way she is because of Arabella, you still have doubts about me? You scared me! Okay then, you get the same choice as the one I gave the captain. Let me borrow this, will you, Captain? Arabella approaches me and snatches my pistol and places it in Hild's hand. Go ahead, pull the trigger. That way your doubts will vanish and everyone here will become safe again. What are you doing? Do you even know what you're doing right now? Your hands are trembling quite a bit. Oh, I can't take a picture, bro? You aren't still afraid. Afraid that one mistake from you will ruin everything? Why? Work. Work, damn it. Like I said, you only know how to pull up a grenade pin if you've done it before. Dang, she knows everything. How long are you going to stay trapped in the past? You already know the truth. The bow is an ancient relic. No matter how much you refine and modify it, it will never surpass weapons of the new age. Guns are fickle. Unlike claws that grow from your own body, they can break easily, and when they do, someone can lose their life. That's why you have to overcome it. Do you want to lose another companion? Hurry up and pull the trigger. That way you can save the captain. Arabella pulls the barrel into her own chest, as her chilling gaze draws nearer, all the color drains from Hild's face. Hild flings the pistol away and curls up on the floor. I'll never hold a gun again. You don't have the right. Saving my companions. Why'd you do that to my girl, Arabella? That's enough! Do you enjoy dredging up someone else's painful past like that? Like I said, I was merely giving her a choice. She seems pretty intelligent compared to most, after all. Fearing death means losing much, but the desire to live is what keeps humans alive. Do you know what it is that I desire the most? When I was young, very young, I loved candy. They always looked like a mound of jewels, you see. And look at me now. I'm surrounded by all of these jewels, and yet... Arabella moves through the crystal formations that resemble a pile of jewels. Holy. They look far more valuable than gold or diamonds, and Arabella throws herself onto them. The crystals surge upward like waves crashing against a cliff, scattering countless rays of light. These things will eventually gnaw away at my life. Once you grasp their true nature, you become entirely free from them. That one's a bug. This one is a bug. This one is also a bug. I told you. Arabella reaches out into the air and the crystals start clinking together and writhing with movement. Legs emerge from beneath them and eyes open on their sides. Sharp claws erupt in every direction, their frantic movements scattering light as they engulf Arabella. Those aren't monsters? Commander Arabella! The swarm of claws tear into Arabella. She laughs with an expression of pure ecstasy, yet with a detachment of someone to whom nothing holds any meaning. This way, my body will be torn apart bit by bit. In the end, I'll become nothing more than fodder for worms. There are no tactical games here. I simply lose my life to blind greed, while you're liberated from everything that binds you. Now tell me your desire, the reason you live, that unyielding conviction of yours. Arabella! Like she says, if I leave Arabella to die here, her leverage over me regarding Typhara and Tiana dies with her. Tracking down Anise would become far easier, and if the two of them had actually have joined forces, we'd be free of that concern as well. I'm unable to tell whether it's out of fear or tacit complicity, but neither Renoa nor any of the other agents make a move to approach Arabella. However, Renoa knits her brows as if torn about what to do. Captain. Renoa concludes her mental calculations and await my orders. If she dies like this... Hild struggles to remain detached in the face of death, but her resolve crumbles. Captain, what should we do? If we leave her be like this, she'll... The other agents are reminded of their duties. Similarly, I remember why I became a Protoss, and the reason why I want to annihilate Chaos as the captain of the SS Nightmare. I can't turn a blind eye to someone dying right in front of me. If a life needs saving, I save it, no matter who it is. Captain! Renoa lets out a sigh of relief, feigning surprise, yet visibly reassured. Go help Arabella, Renoa. I knew you'd say something like that, Captain. It's about to collapse. Everyone tread carefully. Whoa. Since we're traveling together, refrain from doing anything reckless like this. There will not be a second chance. Commander Arabella, are you alright? Why did you save me, Captain? Because you wanted to live. At least from where I was standing. It looked like you were really trying desperately to stay alive. An interesting point of view. Oh? I suppose maybe it would seem that way to you. So stop with these tests of yours. I'll make the others worry.
Dr. Arabella, are you hurt? Let me administer first aid. If you'll show me where you're injured. The Cinia? Yes? We're still in the middle of combat. There's an even bigger enemy waiting.
Whoa.
I also understand why you're angry. Having your conviction tested 3 times, I'm sure you'd consider it disrespectful.
The threatening roar of a monster causes even the nearby bugs to shriek and flee in terror. However, we have no reason to retreat. We only have one purpose, to forge ahead for the sake of protecting our companions. Save your apologies for later. Follow my commands for now.
Of course. You're a capable leader, so I should obey. I'll get ready as well.
Everyone, get ready for battle! The monster summons additional monsters either at the start of the turn or when a monster is defeated. Defeating the summoned monsters reduces this monster's beneficial effects. Go! So, outfits look abhorrent for combat. Yeah, but they're sexy. It's a rip-off Water Bear. You're so right. Sorry I wasn't reading chat, I was focusing on what cards to use also. Reminds me of Cinderella's execute in Silver Palace. Yippee! When the monster finally falls, it quickly rots away after the jewel-like crystals covering its body release a foul stench.
Well, I exceeded your intentions perfectly once more, did I not?
Too perfectly. Gives me goosebumps.
While your commands are completely transparent to me, you yourself remain incomprehensible.
An incomprehensible enigma.
As commander of the Black Speaker, please accept my apologies for my inappropriate actions in my quest to understand you better.
I don't believe I'm that difficult to figure out, but apology accepted.
To show that I mean it, let me share another one of the secrets I've been holding on to. Here is the information you require most right now.
Arabella produces a slip of paper from her bosom and hands it over. It's a black piece of paper with some distinctive white handwriting, unmistakably the same slip of paper we've seen time and time again while going after Anise. Anise's note?
This isn't the ending Anise wanted, but I had fun.
So she was allying with Anise. But she's just like, nah, you two, you're more interesting, so... If chaos is a labyrinth and we hold the thread, the pioneer becomes the final destination, and we are fated to collide. The hour has come to topple the lofty tower. We either join hands or crumble. As you probably guessed, the note left inside the capsule aboard the SS Blue Falcon bore the Black Speaker's emblem. Anise wrote this in hopes that it would reach you. I just decided when, where, and how that would happen. Anise would have wanted you to kill me and then take this as a trophy. It's the way she's always operated, after all. Arabella presses the elegant black note in my hand and examines her own fingernails. What is it that you want? Do you know how Anise came to be the way she is now? She chased after the truth behind the Protoss and was ultimately consumed by madness after facing the Empire's hidden secret. Anise is searching for an accomplice, someone who will bear witness to that secret and help her bring the Empire down. Refuse? She kills you. Agree? And you become the accomplice. That's how she's murdered so many Protoss. That's why she blew up the SS Blue Falcon. It was reckless and foolish. Had it been me, I never would have made a move like that. I simply lured the SS Nightmare here because I wanted to meet you and scattered a few of those notes as bait. So what you desire is to meet you, that's all. Truly. Do pass that along to the Iron Rain children, would you? It would put me in a tough spot if rumors were to spread that the Black Speaker blew up an Iron Rain's ship. Arabella wraps her long, slender fingers around her snake sword and spins it like a lazy pinwheel. Right now, Anise won't be at the Chaos Core. She'll be elsewhere. I'll tell you what she looks like, so you go ahead and guide us. Are we going the right way? This doesn't look like the area around the core from what I've heard. The route has changed. The captain's calling the shots, so we must be heading the right way. The captain may be calling the shots, but Arabella's the one actually giving directions. Saying she has nothing to do with the SS Blue Falcon incident could just be the usual distancing tactic that those Black Speaker members are known for. Honestly, I should just rush straight toward the Chaos Core myself and... Don't. There are more than enough cases of people letting their emotions get the best of them and ended up stranded within the chaos. I know. I was just venting. In a situation like this, trust matters more than anything. If we trust in the captain and follow their lead, we're bound to run into Anise. Trust, huh? The Iron Rain's reports do say there's a way to meet Anise here. But can we really trust that woman? This is a crossroads that leads to every single location within the Kaleidoscope hatchery. It's tangled like a labyrinth, complex and confusing. The moment you fall for one of the Kaleidoscope's illusions, you will lose your footing. If you lose your way here, there's no finding your way back to where you started. That is chaos, and that is oblivion. Sounds just like time. I grip the pocket watch hanging around my neck. With the palm of my hand, the hour hand moves steadily forward in a single direction, but the one who commands which way it spins is none other than the necklace's holder. Since wrong choices are difficult to undo. That answer is very you. The pieces bound to a chessboard can only move forward, and once they take a step, they cannot take it back. Struggle as they might, they can never escape the limits assigned to them. Do you know why invaders are called the Legion? Because they're as massive and powerful as one. Exactly. They have highly organized structure designs to invade planets. Some are sacrificed as pawns, while others take the enemy's heads as queens. The Empire is no different. In order to expand its influence, some are sacrificed while others are given marching orders. Anise realized her place on the board the moment she began wondering why the Protoss are only allowed to carry self-defense pistols. You know what it feels like to fail to protect someone you care about, don't you? Arabella taps the back of my hand, the one holding the pocket watch, with the tip of her finger. If it feels as though time ticking inside the watch is flowing in the same direction as she is. A sudden chill runs down my spine.
You do well to not jump to conclusions.
Then shall I show you what I know?
Arabella steps back a few paces and opens her palm. As though revealing a hidden treasure, the surrounding gemstones begin to sparkle, manifesting themselves into a strange form of desire. Her voices for them are good, not gonna lie. Oh, thank you! I appreciate it. I'm tired, so I'm not putting in a whole ton of effort. And I do have to wake up in 3 hours. Is what I'm doing smart? No.
Sorry.
Sorry, I gotta have to respond to something. What'd she pull out? That's a chaos relic. Oh, that.
This thing can freely reshape the spaces that make up the kaleidoscope hatchery.
Like this, for example. Arabella strokes the edge of the chaos relic with her fingertip, causing a wall to rise up and block the path we had just passed through.
Oh, what the hell?
Careful, Captain! That relic. How in the world? I read in a report that it could detect the location of other Protoss. What? You're not wrong. Since your goal is to find a niece, and niece wishes to meet you. If we use this relic to bring the two of you together, that description would be accurate. What? You're not saying that. Falsifying a report is far easier than taking a pawn without a knight. Or taking a pawn with a knight. Licinia, let's prepare to leave. Yes, Commander. Please rest assured, everyone. This is not poison. It is merely a smokescreen. Arabella strokes the Chaos Relic once more, and Licinia takes a deep breath. The ground rumbles and the walls tremble, as if a tectonic shift is rippling through all of chaos. Your orders, Captain? Stop, Arabella! I knew she'd do something like this. So she's just dipping? Renoa's rose vines and Hild's arrow fly toward Arabella simultaneously. But the smoke pouring from Licinia's mouth engulfs both her and Arabella, while cavern walls erupt in front of Renoa and Hild. What is this? Like scattering the pieces on a chessboard while blindfolded, everyone is separated without even knowing where they stand. Hemmed in by the walls on all sides, the only people standing before me are... the black chess pieces, Arabella and Licinia. What do they want with me? She knows about the... She knows about the pocket watch. Path beyond darkness. Captain, are you alright? What the heck's going on? I've never heard about anything like this. Captain! Captain!
I should need to smash through this.
What the heck? There's another wall. Do you remember the note Anise gave you? If chaos is a labyrinth and we hold a thread, the pioneer becomes the final destination, and we are fated to collide. To force two individuals with great power to collide requires an equally strong driving force. What do you see before you right now?
Walls surrounding me on every side. Thick darkness. And you, Arabella.
Thank you for noticing me first.
Just a little more. I'll help too.
I wanted to have a quiet conversation, but it seems everyone is impatient. My job ends here. From this moment on, I will not interfere with either you or Anise. I've learned what kind of person you are, and I fulfilled Anise's demands.
Anise's demands?
Once I brought you here, I was to send a signal. Anise would come find you. A place near the Chaos Core, and a Protoss who possesses great power. It's easy to guess why Anise wanted you here, right? Arabella strokes the Chaos Relic. A dizzying radiance floods the area, and within the glow, the relic vanishes from sight. If you were to face Anise alone here, and she forced you to choose between death and partnership, what would be your choice? The snake sword in Arabella's hand gleams with a sharp, chilling light. As she spins it like a lazy pinwheel, the blade slices through the air with a dismal wail. I don't agree with Anise's methods. In that case... But I refuse to choose death as well. Greedy, greedy. Arabella shifts the snake sword to her other hand. As she lets it hang low, each segmented joint remains still, glaring ahead like a snake with its eyes wide open, watching its prey. Commander Arabella? I think we're a little ahead of the schedule Anise asked for. Is that okay? My plan remains flawless. The rest is up to him. Do you hear that? The sound just now didn't come from your companions. It's drawing closer. It only wants you. Arabella slashes a gemstone gleaming like a kaleidoscope with her snake sword. I ask once more, what do you see before you right now? Countless illusions wail as they glow along the snake's sword's blade. Blurry phantoms come into view, raging, cheering, crying out in agony, and perishing. The walls that trap me in on all sides and the dense darkness all converge into a single form. From beyond that comes the sound of unfamiliar footsteps. Whatever happens, do not lose sight of who you are. Let's go, Licinia. We have to get on to our next scheduled location. Yes, Commander. Arabella and Licinia casually slip away, cutting right through the point where the light converges. The surroundings shake repeatedly from the explosions and roars, quickly mixing with the terrified screeches of monsters drawn in by the chaos. Captain! It's never easy to get used to being left alone in the heart of enemy territory. It's hard to shake the nerves. I'm almost through. Hold on a little longer. Through the crumbling walls comes the sound of footsteps. Unlike Arabella's, these shoes strike with a sharp, light cadence. They know exactly where they're going. Not toward Renoa or Hild. They head straight toward the chess piece clutching the pocket watch. Why did Arabella withdraw so willingly? The kaleidoscope reflects weapons, greed, massive claws. Then what I see before me is... Suddenly, a steel figure wielding a sword gleams sharply before my eyes. Is that it? Wait, is that it? I think that's it. Wait, that ended abruptly. Well... Okie dokie. Well, that is it. So we can go do some of the battles. Do you have to have her? Put her on there, why not?
待機してた。何？私を思うがまま操って。今がチャンス。さあさあ頑張ろう。さあ逃げ道なんかないんだから完璧な攻撃。どんどん攻めよう。踊って悲鳴を上げなさい。弓の目みんなよろしくね。存分まとめて縛ってあげるわ。さあさあ隙あり。さあ一気に仕留めるよ。隙あり。みんな無事でよかった。私を思うがまま操って今がチャンス。弓どんどん攻めよう。さあみんなよろしくね。何をする私に力を貸して。まあ弓の目今がチャンス。さっきのはすごい攻撃でしたよね。踊って悲鳴を上げなさい。隙あり。さあさあ頑張ろう。存分悪くないわね。戦うじまだ。さあ一気に仕留めるよ。隙あり。どんどん攻めよう。隙あり。さあ今がチャンス。隙あり。隙あり。隙あり。 みんな無事でよかった。私を思うがまま操ってちょ。今がチャンス。さあさあ頑張ろう。何をす一瞬で潰してあげる。仲良く始末してあげる。見事な攻撃でした。じっとしてなさい。どんどん攻めよう。さあ今がチャンス。やるやるやる弓の目みんなよろしくね。さあ一気に仕留めるよ。
And respond to this while it fights for me. Isn't that great?
さあさあ観察の価値もない。さようなら。さあ今がチャンス。みんな無事でよかった。私を思うがまま操ってちゃう。今がチャンス。弓どんどん攻めよう。さあ今がチャンス。弓の逃げ道なんかないんだから。完璧な攻撃。存分にあがきなさい。頑張ろう。踊って悲鳴を上げなさい。存分に悪くないわね。踊ってあがいてみせて。戦う果てしない苦痛。どんどん攻めよう。存分にまとめて縛ってあげる。踊ってあがいてみせて。さあさあ頑張ろう。意志が沈潜するとき、絶望は口を開ける。何いいよ、全部飲み込む。
Big monster. I haven't seen those animations many times, to be honest.
果たしてこれでよかったのかしら。私を思うがまま操って今がチャンス。さあどんどん攻めよう。弓の目今がチャンス。戦うまだ。さあ隙をついてこうや。弓の目みんなよろしくね。さあ今がチャンス。完璧な攻撃。あがいてみせて。踊って悲鳴を上げなさい。さあさあ頑張ろう。存分悪くないわね。踊って仲良く始末してあげる。じっとしてなさい。何をする。私に力を貸して。
Sleepy, you were mentioning earlier how Jingren is OP. Is there a version of him now? Like, in the event, can you play him? Or something, because his banner hasn't released yet. Also, have you guys seen the... Did you guys see the new stuff, like the Gamescom stuff for Silver Palace? It looks so good. I have a prediction that that will become one of my favorite games. Also, did you see the Hoyo game that's like just crazy, like crazy detailed? Have you seen that one too? I was asking Sleepy if you played Jingren in the Wuwa, if there's like an event where you can play him, because he's not released yet, right?
私を思うがまま操ってちゃう。今がチャンス。
So you get their skills.
頑張ろう。弓の目一気に仕留めるよ。踊って仲良く始末してあげる。じっとしてなさい。
Yeah, Chad, I still haven't done a lot of my gacha dailies. I don't think you guys realize how busy I was.
さあ、隙をついて。こうや。弓の目今がチャンス。
And by the way, do not get any hopes up for me getting into Wildcard Club. While I would love to, it's not gonna happen. The amount of like talented people that are. That animation's so cool. The amount of talented people that are like there and have done auditions and stuff, it's insane. Honestly insane. It's crazy. I want to get rid of all my presets.
私を思うがまま操ってちゃう。雨じゃない。今がチャンス。悪くないわね。さあさあ。
And also, the GFL patch wasn't done until like 9, so.
悪くないわね。どんどん攻めよう。存分仲良く始末してあげる。じっとしてなさい。さあ、一気に仕留めるよ。悪くないわね。さあさあ、頑張ろう。踊って、あがいてみせて。存分にあがいてみせて。あなたも私も息絶えてないわね。果たしてこれでよかったのかしら。私を思うがまま操ってちょうだい。
Oh, yeah, I leave at 5:30, but I have to get everything into the. It's more like I wake up at, let's see, 4:45, which is in 3 hours.
さあさあ、頑張ろう。踊ってあがいてみせて。存分にあがいてみせて。踊って悲鳴をあげなさい。悪くないわね。どんどん攻めよう。弓の目みんなよろしくね。さあ、一気に仕留めるよ。
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. You've trust? I don't think you guys realize how many insanely talented people have applied. I don't hold a wick of a candle. And even as... Because I sent my video thing to someone who was doing who's reviewed applications before, not for the Wildcard Club, but like for agencies and stuff. And they were like, yeah, to be honest, no. And I appreciate that. But like, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't super helpful because I was already like, yeah, there's no shot, bro. You gotta love learn after having been such a pessimist and not having things work out. I don't quite get my hopes up anymore for things. And I still try. Don't get me wrong. Even though I know I'm gonna fail at most of them. But, as my grandpa and dad always say, happiness is in the settings of one's expectations. So if you go and expect to get in, and expect you're gonna get into the club, then, and you don't, then you're gonna be sad and distraught. But if you go in and you expect, hey, the chances are super, super slim, and realistically, probably nothing's gonna come of it, then you just, then it happens, when that happens in reality, you're like, this is what I expected. And if it changes for the better, then you're like, wow, I'm excited, you know, like... It's not a pessimist so much as it's being a realist. Mr. Philosopher over here. Well, that was what my grandpa always said, is happiness is in the settings of your of one's expectations. He's 90. He just had his 90th birthday. Happy birthday, Gramps. It wasn't that recently, but you get the point. My view on things is way different. My parents always say they don't like... they have high expectations of me, but at the same time they don't have high expectations of me. They're like, you have a lot of potential, but like, if you use that in different ways than we expect, that's perfectly fine, which is, it's nice of them. They've grown up more to the idea of me streaming and all of that stuff, which is nice. Yeah, reach for the stars, you may land on Earth. Reach for the moon and you may hit the stars. Or wait, no, wait. Shoot for the moon, you may crash on Earth. Shoot for the stars, you may crash on the moon. Something like that. You know, I don't know how that is. And you guys are telling me this hill build isn't broken. Sometimes that means I have to put down people to put me down. Yeah. That's why I kind of got rid of one of my friends, my childhood friends, which this is the one that tried to dox, or threatened to dox me as a joke, they said. Anyway, I just said I'm not doing that anymore because it was really just the straw that broke the camel's back, and I was just like, hey, you, for a while now, like not even for any marginal amount of time, like for a good chunk of time now, like a year, you have just been constantly making fun of me and trying to ridicule me because, you know, I watch anime or whatever, and I'm playing games on my phone or whatever, and you're like, oh, are you watching hentai again or whatever, right? And just ridiculing me for a year. I was just like, I'm done. And then the part that hurt the most is when I called him out on trying to dox me and said, hey, don't mess with that. Like, that's something that's dear to my heart. Don't mess with that. He played it off as if, oh, it's not that important. Like, well, you're overreacting, man. And then only did he backpedal later after I had stopped talking to him. If you have the balls to get in the way of my dreams and hobbies, you can go find friends. Yeah. Chat, I found another VTuber who plays Stranova. I DM'd them. It's like, hey, if you ever want to play Stranova, let me know. They seem somewhat open to the idea, so maybe we're gonna hop back on Stranova soon. I do want to play. I've just been catching up, and there's been so many major game updates that I just... Ugh. Chat, when was the last time you had to actually do the daily commissions in Genshin and not just craft resin? It's been a long time for me. But I have to do them now, manually. I'm low-key running out of time. Oh, I already did my Honkai dailies. Nice. And a friend like that. And I think sometimes they're just jealous that you put so much toward it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I put a bunch toward my dreams. I want to say I do, but there are so many people who do so much more. It would be unfair to say that I'm grinding day in and day out to realize a future that I want, because that's, to be honest, not the truth. It feels wrong to say that. It feels disrespectful to those who have done that. I think of, like, Mori, Alma, and I have worked for it, don't get me wrong. I haven't put in nearly the amount of effort some people have put in. The finish is dropped. Holy lag. What in the world is going on? Work my butt off to be this confident. And I'm still not confident. I wouldn't trust myself to, metaphorically, I wouldn't trust myself to wire an outhouse. Just keep pushing yourself. That's all it's
That's all it's about.
急ぐ必要ないでしょ
The possible is not the impossible is not
今がチャンスどんどん攻めよう
impossible.
いつでもどんなお悩みでもちゃんとお聞きしますよ愛を込めてせい
The impossible's possible. All you gotta do is make it so.
頑張ろうさあ一気に仕留めるよ
After all, I'm Kaito Momoa, luminary of the stars.
愛を広は
My computer might crash.
どんどん攻めよ
Holy balls.
ういつでもあなたのための贈り物です愛を広げていつでも私の気持ち受け取ってくださいさあさあ頑張ろうスティーブンウィリアムお願いします好きあり好きあり好きあり好きあり好きあり好きあり好きあり
No, don't worry about the couches in this game. They don't reset right now. They reset kind of when Mika's do.
どんどん攻めよう私の愛ちゃんと届きましたか
Y'all want to play Fortnite in like a week? We should do a community game night.
急ぐ必要ないでしょ
When do I even start school? I think I start school like the 2nd.
今が
So what, I got 1, 2, 3, 4,
さあ
5.
さあ頑張ろうさあ今がチャンス好きあり弓の逃げ道なんかないんだから
I don't know. I have some amount of time.
見事な攻撃でしたどんどん攻めよう弓の目今がチャンス好きあり戦うじまだ愛を広どんなお悩みでもじゃいつでも愛の力で何をする無駄なこと
No.
さあさあ頑張ろうさあみんなよろしくね戦う
I
じ
bet
ま
I'll
だ
use my.
力を
Oh,
貸す
good.
何をす果てしない苦痛好きあり好きあり好きあり好きあり好きあり好きあり好きありどんどん攻めよう好きあり皆さん一緒に頑張りましょう愛をこれが私の本心ですそこまで大した活躍じゃなかったと思うけど
I said. Chat. Will you give me $140? Peaches doing the Hunger. No, Peaches is doing Where Winds Meet guild activities, I think. Tell me I'm right. I'm broke. But, chat, I could commission an artist that's really, really good. Or an artist that sounds really, really good. But I could commission an artist for a piece with Shin Chao, and me in it. That would be so cool. I got about 2 cents. Does that work? Everything helps. Every penny counts. She says she's on Hunger Star. For 6 hours.
さあさあ頑張ろう弓の目一気に仕留めるよ好
Oh my gosh. Freaking love Hild.
さあどんどん攻めよう。諦めないでください。私の愛分けてあげます。弓今がチャンス。やるやるやるやるやるやる。さあ隙をついてこうやって弓の目みんなよろしくね。愛を拾う。どんなお悩みでもちゃんとお聞きしますよ。私の気持ち愛を込めてせいはみんな無事でよかった。
Chat, I only need how many more seasons? I think I need 2 more seasons, and then I'll be able to max out a character just with the Omega codes. Yeah. Why are the cores of Annihilation so dang expensive, man? The Signature Epiphany, this one's also really good. I don't have any of these, right? Do I? Ooh, I do. You give the Hydrates gripper. If I Jingren, I will be like the best chatter for a week. You're already the best chat. I'm just kidding. That's a lie. I'm just kidding. Oh. Oh, so you get puzzle pieces and you get rewards for puzzle. I thought this was like its own story thing. You got 6 puzzle pieces. Intermission. Unlock. We're throwing a beach festival. I was so used to dehydrating. It's cause no, it's not even cause of that. I mean, kind of, but it's because I looked at your new message if I get Jingren, and then I heard the noise, and so my brain confused the audio cue with what I was looking at. I was going through paperwork in my quarters as usual when Nono came by.
Captain, do you have a moment?
Sure, Nono. What's up?
You see, I'm thinking of throwing a beach festival, so I came to hear what you think.
A beach festival?
Yeah, I recently noticed that our combat's fatigue and stress levels have been running pretty high, so I want to give everyone a chance to rest and have some fun. And for that kind of festival, the beach is the perfect place.
Oh, it's a great idea.
Right? So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you have any good ideas?
Ideas? Nothing really comes to mind.
It's been a while since we held one. Isn't there something you'd like to do?
Make out with all the hot women.
A festival? That sounds like fun. Where's it being held?
The door to my quarters suddenly swung open and someone walked in. Hild, my wife. Love you. I turned to look and there was Hild standing with a relaxed smile on her face.
Oh, Hild! Oh, sorry. I heard something about a festival and just couldn't wait to come in. That's right, we're planning a beach festival. Just gathering ideas.
Ooh,
sounds like I might be able to help out then.
Really? We're talking about a beach. You've got water sports, seafood dishes, and fireworks too.
Wow, you're right.
And screening a war movie by the beach could be fun too.
Screening a movie by the beach?
Nona had already pulled out a notebook and was scribbling something down while listening intently to Hild. A war movie? Or you could have a competition where you build fortifications out of sand.
Building sandcastles.
Exactly. You judge who built the sturdiest one and whether it's fit for tactical and real combat use.
Then we can have everyone vote to decide the winner.
Yeah, they're talking past each other. In a firearms exhibition. Aren't those just things you want to do? You got me. We can get water guns, yes. Oh, holding a public debate about firearms sounds like a great idea, too. An inexplicable wave of dizziness started washing over me. When I let out a sigh, Hild grinned and spoke. Captain, look like you got a headache. Well, suppose we should leave the idea starved captain alone. No, why don't we continue this somewhere else, just the two of us?
Thank you so much.
No worries, I can't sit on something like this.
Great. Then shall we start by working out the festival plan?
Sure, let's do that. Alright, Captain, we'll be heading out then. See you later. As the two left my quarters, silence settled in like a calm after a storm. Come to think of it, didn't Hilda have something she wanted to talk to me about? While passing through the park, I spotted Nono carrying a huge load of stuff. She must be preparing for the festival, she mentioned.
Captain!
No. You getting ready for the festival?
Yeah, things have been busy because there's so much to prepare. But everyone's been helping me out, so it's not too bad.
And that everyone includes me too, you know. Hild chimed in, standing behind Nono. She was carrying a load that looked far heavier than Nono's. You've got quite a lot there. What are you planning to do for the festival?
We're gonna have a big beach cafe.
A beach cafe?
Yeah, we'll set up a cafe on the beach with all kinds of contests and events and sell drinks and food. Eating and drinking together while having fun. It should help everyone unwind and relieve a lot of stress.
Plus, from a military training standpoint, they say light activities like these actually help improve teamwork.
So don't forget to join us, Captain.
Okay, got it. She's not kidding. If you don't show up, things are gonna get pretty complicated. You're playing the most important role in all of it. So don't be late. Got it? Yes, Hild. I glanced over as I answered, and beyond what Nono and Hild were carrying, there's an absolutely massive pile of stuff stacked up behind them. Sure looks like you've been preparing a lot of stuff.
That's right. We're gonna keep the festival going for a very, very long time.
Turns out Nono is a bit more ambitious than I expected. Nono, if you act like a greedy little pig, you'll end up turning into one.
Seriously? Captain, is that really true?
Maybe?
No way!
I watched this with a smile as Hild teased Nono, saying it was just a prank. Then I headed back to my corners to finish up the remaining work. Cute. Alright, well, I'll farm for these. Wait, does the next chapter release that soon? Sorry, I just descended. Chat, it doesn't... Sarah Neal's is also quite peak, but Sarah Neal's I'm genuinely scared to put on the screen. Cannot add any more. Sarah Neal's is crazy. It's a little too much, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little too much. Alright. After assassinating former Commander Gurphone and seizing her position, Arabella's reached the end of her vengeance and lost even her reason for living. Having sacrificed her desires in exchange for insight, she sets out to reclaim what she once longed for. It's within TOS. Bulls make money and bears make money. The moment I stepped into Arabella's office, an unsettling chill hung in the air. Welcome, Captain. Glad I asked you to come. You look even more attractive under dim lighting. Now then, the reason I called you here. You've heard of the Stella Market, haven't you? The Stella Market? That's right. I'm sure you've heard the name a few times.
It's a secret stock exchange where the wealthy gather. What matters there isn't your name or reputation, only money.
If you play Azure Lane, yeah, even though I do love Serenio, it's a little much. Like, I love the kind of risque kind of stuff, but that one's a little too much for me, I'm not gonna lie. It's good in some moods, but...
Which means that once you step inside, you start over as nothing more than another investor. In other words, there are things you can do there you could never do as one of the Empire's Protoss, or as the captain of the SS Nightmare.
What do you want me to do?
It's simple. You know what Black Spica does, don't you? I already know how capable you are, but things work a little differently in our world. So I'd like you to prove that you're just as capable in this world.
How?
It's simple. News stories hit the news every day. Your job is to read them, predict how to invest in tomorrow's market to make a profit. And don't mistake this for simple gambling. This is a test to see how well you gather and interpret information.
I'm suddenly not feeling very confident.
Don't overthink it. I'll help you at first. Of course, there are plenty of other experts who can help you too. Whether they're actually experts is another question.
Other experts?
That's right, they're anonymous analysts. You might even find them familiar.
No, it's not gambling, it's day trading, which is basically gambling, but, you know. Oh, no. Transmission terminated. Yeah, get him out of here.
Well, anyway, you get the general idea now, don't you? I'll be waiting here for you as always.
And after I've earned your trust?
Why, what an interesting question. Why, naturally, you'll become a true ally I can trust to watch my back, Captain. And there's one thing you should always remember about investing. Bulls make money and bears make money, but pigs get slaughtered.
That's an interesting saying. This is the newsroom. Gemma is the type of currency used in Stellar Market. Assets calculated by your current Gemma and your stocks. You can find detail after you first check today's news. Gathering intel's a must, you know that. I'll give you a subsidy every time you check the news, so be sure to check it daily. You collect market info through the news and build your support strategy every day. There's false news mixed in too, so put your insight to work. Astron's gonna be going up. Oh, I don't want to skip. What? Is it requiring me to skip?
Now that shall we get started for real? Stellar Market, you can buy and sell stocks. How about this one?
Kagi Pharmaceutical?
If you pick a stock, you can choose between buying and selling. This is the chart that shows the stock's fluctuation trends. If you select a stock, you can highlight and view just that particular stock. Shall we check out more detailed info? Here you can check a stock's official info. In the stock discussion room, you can check other people's opinions. Since they're anonymous opinions, their reliability isn't that high. If you're not sure which to buy, getting advice is the best option. You can select one of the support strategies to purchase stocks. Be careful as it draws upon all your assets, including the stocks you currently hold. The Analyst Support Guide is a kind of guide. You can always make your own decisions at the Stellar Market. Alright, class is over.
110? 110 said it was going to surge, so we'll buy 110.
You've been coming back to the market consistently. I'm touched. I thought you might give up after a few tries and decide it wasn't for you.
I made a promise.
Keeping your promises is the foundation of trust, and the most important part of it. I'm glad you understand that. Keep it up and maybe I'll be able to trust you enough to watch my back.
So I'm still not there yet.
Are you seriously asking? How should I answer that? You're good enough, but I'd like you to push yourself a little more. Come on, be good. If you earn it, I'll give you a reward.
How far do you want me to go?
Well, I told you already. In this place, being the captain doesn't mean a thing. Everyone starts at the same level as investors. I want you to earn just as much recognition here as you do as the captain. Do you think you can do it?
I'll do my best.
It's good enough for me. Now then, shall I teach you another strategy they usually use? Do you know what people mean when they say don't fight the market? Never resist the bigger trend. Learn to go with it instead. Just like sailing, if you try to fight the waves, your ship is bound to capsize. Don't try and control a tide that can't be stopped.
Sunk cost fallacy. It's part of it.
Now, shall we head back into the market, Captain?
Alright. Event achievement. She must be so cold in that fit. I mean, she's in a ship. It's got heating. The clink of silverware echoed through the commander's office. A room draped in lavish dreamlike splendor. Having finished her meal, Arabella quietly turned to the person beside her.
Licinia. Yes, Commander. That was an excellent meal. The food was exquisite and the wine delightfully fragrant. And best of all, it wasn't poisoned. Commander, I know, Licinia, and the Black Speaker. Gorgophone's orders were absolute, and disguising it as a precaution against assassination made the deception all the more convincing. So I merely stated an objective fact. The meal isn't poisoned. No one needs to taste test it or cough up blood. Isn't that right? Yes.
Guilt lingered in Licinia's eyes as she answered, seemingly in a daze. Catching that expression from the corner of her eye, Arabella let out a faint chuckle.
So this is the perspective of a sovereign, of an observer. Just as you taught me, Gorgophone. So much time has passed since you died, and I still remember it so vividly.
Arabella gently ran her hand over the commander's chair, her eyes hollow.
You left me with more than your teachings. You left me your poison as well. That poison that made me cough up blood and writhe in agony. I didn't mind that one. At least it reminded me I was alive. But what am I supposed to do about the poison called emptiness? Whatever it is you desire, Commander, I'll prepare it for you. What I desire.
Arabella slowly ran a finger along the table knife.
I changed my clothes, dyed my hair red. I tried everything to free myself from you. Yet whenever I'm asked what I want, you're the first thing that comes to mind.
Thunk. The knife sank deep into the tabletop.
Licinia, you said you'd get me anything I wanted, didn't you? Yes, Commander. Then bring me someone. Whom would you like to bring? Someone utterly consumed by their own desires. Wealth, honor, knowledge, I don't care what it is. Whether you ask nicely or use force, just bring them to me. There are things I wish to discuss with them. As you command.
With a respectful bow, Licinia left the commander's room. Now alone, Arabella wore a smile as hollow as the emptiness inside her.
Such a gentle, soft-hearted child. You feel guilty for what you did to me. You're trying to atone. Then, is that your desire? And even if that can be called a desire, could I find a new one as well?
Foolish child. You have robbed yourself of your purpose in life.
I agree with you, Gorgophone. My desire, my purpose in life was to kill you. I achieved that goal, and in doing so lost the very thing that had driven me. Perhaps meeting those who burn with desire will rekindle my own. For now, I'll do as you taught me, deceive my prey and seize the upper hand. Choose my quarry like a predator. This is what it means to be a sovereign. And now, it is what I must become. Alzen of the Red Scythe. Why did you choose him? He's an infamous space pirate who amassed an enormous fortune over his lifetime. He continued chasing greater and greater wealth until it became his downfall. His downfall? His own subordinates betrayed him. They were after the bounty we'd placed on his head. A desire called wealth. In some ways, it's the most fundamental desire of all. After all, wealth is the one thing that's valued almost anywhere. Still, Black Speak has amassed quite a fortune of its own. In terms of sheer wealth, we have more, but Alzen is different. He isn't merely greedy, he's utterly consumed by it. Consumed by greed. Not bad. Well, you may leave. I'll see the rest for myself. Yes, Commander.
My arms and legs are strapped to this chair. I can't move.
What the hell is this? Untie me!
Finally finished the summer event in Honkai Rail. I was so locked in. You were right, Sleepy. You were right. Was it fun? After 7 hours, you finished it?
Do you have any idea who I am? You know why they call me the Red Scythe? Make sure you end up the same color.
The Empire, they would have killed me already. By these knots, Iron Rain?
Elia? Made too many enemies to count. You told me they're after my vault. Do whatever you want to me, but you're not laying a finger on my vault.
You sure do talk a lot. The moment the unfamiliar voice spoke, the hood covering my head was pulled away. So we're from their perspective. A red-haired woman sat before me, calmly crossing her legs.
Where's my scythe?
Why? Because it's yours?
Of course it is. Do you have any idea who I am?
I do. Alzen of the Red Scythe. Isn't the whole putting farming tools in your nickname trend a little outdated?
What did you just...
Claiming ownership with your very first words makes you easy to read. Just a moment ago you were worried about your vault, now what's your scythe? Ever since you woke up you haven't asked about your subordinate even once.
It's because they can...
Survive? Is that what you were going to say? Don't worry. I'm not here today to ask what you cherish. I'm here to see what you'll abandon first. This is for research purposes, chat.
You really thought I'd answer just because you asked?
No. That's why I wanted to find out what your life is worth first. Your vault and your life. Which one is worth more? Oh. Thought by naming the mastermind behind it all.
Do you have any idea who I work for? If you lay a hand on me, Black Speaker won't get away with it either.
Really? Who would that be?
Roger Scar.
Oh, Roger Scar. Oh my gosh.
You told the whole Empire upside down to hunt the Golden Mane. Last month he even sent out letters promising to reward anyone who covered what you stole.
Oh, last month he even sent out letters promising to reward anyone who covered what you stole.
How do you know that?
Who's next? I have a feeling there's still more people who'd add to the price on your head. She returned to her seat. I think I understand how you assign value. Now let's try putting a price on people. Without turning around, she began reciting the names of 3 people. Navigator Wolf, Administrator Radon, Guard Captain Raker. I'm willing to let one of them go. Choose the one who means the most to you. Secret ledger, because he likes money, right?
Raiden. He's been with me the longest.
A lie. At least make it a convincing one. Manages the secret ledger, knows the code of the vault entrance, and is highly likely to know about the private vaults. That's what it says here. I asked you to choose a person. You chose a function. You probably figured it out by now, but I was never going to release any of them. Still, I learned something useful because of it. And when you're saving someone, the first thing you weigh is your own profit, so I imagine the opposite is true as well. After disappearing from sight, she played recordings of his subordinates.
If we hand over his private accounts too, will I get a bigger bounty? I know the guard rotation schedule for the vault. Guarantee me just one ship in exchange for handing over the boss. They never sell me out. I kept them fed their whole lives.
That's exactly why they did. You taught them that if a better deal comes along, it's fine to change business partners.
Offer to provide more.
Whatever they told you, I know more. Let me go and I'll tell you everything.
Even after being betrayed, your first instinct is to outbid the other side. You're less angry than your subordinates sold you out. You were angry that they sold you out first.
That's just how the world works. Before I started this line of work, I went on a rescue mission with a Protoss named Gregian. He decided for himself who to save and who to leave behind. In the end, he left people behind. Then erased the ones he couldn't save and claimed credit only for the ones he brought back.
It's a lot of bad luck. The sound of heels stopped behind him.
I guess not.
She immediately dropped the subject and walked right up to him.
It's fine when you abandon them, but you can't forgive them for abandoning you first. You weren't just greedy. You wanted to monopolize the right to be greedy. I already have a rough idea of where your vault is, but there's still one thing missing. It's not in your ledger. Your subordinates don't know about it, only you do.
The snake sword slipped free of its sheath.
There isn't one.
I haven't even asked my question yet. I was going to ask where that private vault is.
Deny.
There is no private vault. You've got it all wrong.
People don't usually hold their breath when they're telling the truth. Besides, you just denied the vault itself. I only asked where it was.
The blade lightly nicked the skin beneath his throat.
Let's try that again. Where is it? Now that I'm closer, I can see you much more clearly. When you lie, your left eyelid twitches first, and whenever you think about something precious, you instinctively hold your breath. Your body is so honest. So what made you think your mouth would be any different?
Arabella projected the coordinates she pieced together from his subordinate's testimony and Alzen's reactions.
It's here, isn't it? This is your last chance. I'm not saying I'll spare you for your answer, I just want to see what you'll protect until the very end.
Yeah, that's the place. Satisfied now? You got everything you wanted.
You finally admitted it yourself.
Then let me go. Our deal's done.
We never made a deal.
Arabella sat back down in the same posture as before.
You sold out your subordinates, you sold out your vault, and in the very end you even put a price on your own life.
I gave you everything you wanted.
For someone who would claim to have everything, in the end all you have left is yourself.
What do you gain from killing me?
Nothing. I've already learned everything I needed to. Greed doesn't fill people. It just turns other people, your own life, and even yourself into things you'll eventually sell. And once everything has a price, the owner always ends up fetching the highest.
No!
A sharp metallic sound rang out and his mind began to grow hazy.
Licinia, clean this up.
Alzen person, where the hell is that box that's got him? But that guy, whenever this warehouse comes up, his eyes change. Huh, maybe he values you more than his own life.
Something valued more than his own life. Looks like I came to the right place.
Who's there? How'd you find this place? Doesn't matter, we'll just kill you and be done with it.
Oh, mine? No need to bark like that. I've only come to collect what's mine.
Arabella silently pulls out that Alzen's identification tag and shows it.
What? This identification tag. Looks like you recognize it. You were cast aside by the master who raised you.
Alzen, that son of a bitch.
Is that all for your testament?
What? Wait. We know that guy's weakness. His information contacts and the name of those hiding with him. Please.
Even after seeing the identification tag, they brought up a deal.
Pathetic. You lot really are no fun.
Seems the commotion has grown too big. The sound of boots approached rapidly from afar.
Perfect timing. It's best to clean up the trash all at once.
Oh, she's pretty ruthless. And I love it. I should have put it on that guy. He's got way more health.
How void, as expected.
When the chest was open, more treasure spilled out than anyone could carry in their arms. The greed Alzen had tried to protect until his dying breath now lay scattered across the floor.
Is this everything? For one man to have amassed this much, it's an extraordinary fortune. It rivals several years' worth of Black Speaker budget. Sure it does, but there's nothing beyond that.
Arabella nudged a gold bar with the tip of her boot.
This is what Alzen devoted his life to. He sold out his subordinates, even put a price on his own life for it. And this is where all that greed led him? Utterly insignificant. What a disappointment.
Commander? Licinia, clean this up. Burn all of it.
All of it?
Leave nothing behind. As Arabella walked away from the greed she'd left behind, her footsteps echoed with nothing but emptiness.
Oh, and choose the next one more carefully. I don't care how long it takes, just make sure you choose the right one.
Yes, Commander. Those are pretty good, but those are a little too long for us to do all of them today. I think that is where we're going to end here, because I should probably get like 2 hours of sleep. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys. There's a small chance you'll see me tomorrow. A small chance. But just putting it out there. If not, the day after that, most likely, it'll be sporadic. Goodness gracious, I love that. I love this picture. Thanks for the stream. Of course. Of course. Hope you guys had fun. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you've been watching for all this time, get up, stretch, get your blood flowing, go get something to drink. Remember to stay hydrated, get good sleepies, and get good noms. I'll see you guys next time. Alright? I don't know when that will be. So, see you then. Alright? Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Peace. I'm off to drive. Don't contract an airborne illness.